pass, rolling to his right. They throw it, the in route to Tanner Steck, makes the catch. Steck dives for the pylon. Touchdown!
Up by the Nuggets, and an attack. That'll go for a kill from Anasteer.
Lamar looks for a block, makes a man miss at the 5. End zone touchdown, swirls. Sets up middle. Jensen for the exclamation point kill.
30, the 20, the 15, the 10, and an 85-yard touchdown run for Landon Olsen.
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our coverage of high school football action tonight from Dale's Scalaroot Athletic Complex in Hawley, where the Nuggets host for their final regular season game of the year, another section opponent in the Crookston Pirates, who come in looking for their first victory of the year at 0-7. Hawley Nuggets trying to avenge 4 losses in a row here, and 3 of them by less than a touchdown in the last few weeks here, losing the last 3 games by 5 points only. They're at 2-5 on the year, trying to bounce back before we get playoffs started up here next week. That'll be on Tuesday when the first round will begin. Should be a fun one here tonight. The rain subsided this morning, had plenty of opportunity to dry things out here, and it's turned out to be a beautiful evening for some high school football under the lights on a Wednesday night. Confused throughout the day. I felt like a Friday, being football usually Friday night, but with the MEA break, it's a Wednesday evening. But it should be a great night for some high school football action. The Hawley Nuggets hosting the Crookston Pirates tonight, right here on yourliveevent.com. My name is Kurt Philly, and I'll be here with Nathan Stoa to bring you the broadcast call. We look forward to bringing it to you here tonight with our live web stream on R&J Broadcasting Incorporated and Halstead Telephone Company, helping to power things up. We'll be back with more on our pregame show. Head coach Peter Natz will join us next and tell us about last week's action, talk about tonight's game, and more in our pregame coaches' comments following this from our sponsors on yourliveevent.com.
Hawley Public Schools teaches over 1,000 students in grades kindergarten through 12. They do this in facilities that are either new or recently remodeled. These facilities are not only for Hawley students, but for adults, too. Hawley Public Schools offers community education classes in subjects like yoga and painting, plus adult basic education for those who want their GED or who study English as a second language. Hawley Public Schools, preparing students for the challenges and opportunities of tomorrow.
Soon enough, temps are going to drop low, and you'll be turning the heat up high. Protect yourself from surprising heating bills by enrolling in Wild Rice Electric's off-peak heating program. You'll receive hundreds of dollars in rebates on new heating technologies like heat pumps and underfloor heat. Plus, you'll get nearly half off your electric heating rate through the winter months. That adds up fast when the snow starts to fall. Give Wild Rice Electric a call at 800-244-5709 to find out if the off-peak program is a good fit for your home and start saving today.
Christian Motors is proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer in Fertile. They've got a huge selection of new and used vehicles there on the lot. You can stop by and check the selection or go online to christianmotors.com or christiancarsonline.com. Your new vehicle is waiting for you at Christian Motors in Fertile. They are proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer. christianmotors.com, christiancarsonline.com. Stop and see the selection today. Christian Motors of Fertile.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Hi, I'm Tony Dalen, an Edward Jones financial advisor. Let's work together on an investment strategy for long-term results. While you can't control market volatility, you can control your financial future. Start by giving me a call at 701-893-5648. I'm Tony Dalen, an Edward Jones financial advisor. 701-893-5648. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends, and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
Respectful, responsible, safe, and kind. Those are the values taught by Hawley Public Schools. Hawley's PBIS team, Positive Behavior, Interventions, and Supports, aims to encourage a positive and respectful learning environment and uphold the social and emotional well-being of all students and staff. Learn more about Hawley Public Schools at hawley.k12.mn.us. Hawley Public Schools, preparing students for the challenges and opportunities of tomorrow.
As for the pregame show tonight, final home game of the year and final regular season game of the year when Crookston comes to town tonight. Coming off of a short week and a week where you're trying to bounce back again. Some tight games you've had in the last few weeks, losing 3 games by less than a touchdown. Tough for these kids, but I'm sure this is a position where maybe a short week is good, where they can just kind of forget about that and move on.
Yeah, we haven't had a lot of time to wallow in our own little pity party here. Philco, we just, things just haven't gone our way the last 3 weeks, and I've said it the last couple times talking with you, the harder you work, the more effort you put into it, the more luck you create, and we just haven't been creating any of our own luck lately.
Against Warroad last week, it sounds like, the energy level compared to the previous 2 with Park and Pelican, not there against a team that maybe was struggling a bit, but it shows that no matter how much you're struggling, they can come out and do some things to you.
Right, and we had the exact same record as Warroad going into that game, and for some reason our kids thought that they were going to lay down and lay down for us and let us walk all over them, and I don't care what you get. You're in high school football and you're not ready to play, you're going to get your cap knocked off, and that's what happened to us last week. We weren't mentally focused. We didn't prepare very well. We had some distractions. We had too much free time from the time we got there till we went out and started warming up. It was just kind of something was just off. And when those things happen, you got to just keep weathering the storm and fighting back and staying with it. And hopefully there's a break that comes along and turns things around your way. And we had that late in the game with Brevin Stoa came up and stripped the ball and recovered a fumble with about 4 or 5 minutes to go in the ball game, and that would have given us a ton of mojo and momentum heading back the other way. But there was a phantom penalty called, and Warroad gets the ball back. They get a 15-yard penalty on top of it. They go in and score a touchdown and go ahead. So things just snowballed. They went from bad to worse, and we just got smothered.
Prior to that, you did have some good things going for you in those Park and Pelican games. Talk about that a little bit and kind of some of the things that you've seen this team do well that you want to see come back tonight.
Well, I think in the Park Rapids game, we played really well for a good portion of the game. Not all the way through the end, but we didn't take advantage of a couple things. We played against Pelican, and we took advantage more of the mishaps and the miscues, but we weren't able to finish 2 other drives. And when you don't finish drives like that, but you play well, you have the opportunities, you just didn't capitalize on them. But then we got into Pelican and we played well for the entire game. We were down 14 early or midway through the first half and at halftime, but we didn't panic. We came out, we played good defense, we shut them down, forced them to punt. We got a punt down into the 25-yard line, and we got nothing out of it. When you have a sudden change opportunity like that, your defense steps up, gets you the ball back in a great spot. You got to punch that one in, and we were unable to do that. So, but we played really well those games. People were not hanging their heads after the second loss in a row there after Pelican Rapids, and I thought we had a good week of practice going into Warroad. Things were light. We still made improvements, but it's idle hands and idle time. The devil likes to play games there. So that was the case. I think we had a little too much time, and everything wasn't structured, so kids were occupied all the way up until game time.
You got Crookston coming in here tonight, another team from up north there that kind of the same scenario, been a struggle this year, but you got to look past that. Records don't matter. You come into a game like that, and as far as what you've seen out of them in film in the short amount of time that you've had to prepare for them, what do you see out of this team?
They've got a ton of formations. They do a lot of different things. They like to go with a throwing package. They'll spread it out. They run a tight formation with double tight and two wings, and they do like to run similar plays to what Warroad did off of similar actions. But it's going to be a matter tonight of our kids recognizing the defense, recognizing the motions and the similarities to things we've already seen, and then reacting accordingly. I think our offensive line needs to really step up and make a big jump from the way they played last week to this week. We need to revert back to our Park Rapids second half and the entire game, the way our offensive line played against Pelican, and just really take it seriously, prepare mentally, and stay focused ahead of time.
I know health has been a concern for you guys too. Is everybody back now, or is there still a lot of struggles with that?
No, we don't have everybody back yet. When Gunnar Fleming now, who's been playing linebacker and has been a tight end, a backup center, he's played all over the place. He's out now again, so that makes 10 guys that'll be in street clothes tonight due to injury. So yeah, we've been just ravaged by the injury bug, but it doesn't matter. You got to go out and play. We've got kids that want to step up and want to have an opportunity to play. And last week we didn't take advantage of those opportunities. We didn't play very well. Our skill kids didn't play very well. Our offensive line didn't play very well. And when those two groups, that makes up your whole team. When they don't play well, you don't have a very good game. So we haven't had a lot of time to feel sorry for ourselves. I did most of that in the first hour on the way home on our 3-hour trip. But then it's like, what do we ask our kids to do? We ask our kids to move on, not have a memory about what's in the past, because that doesn't matter. The next most important play is the next one. So we just got to come out and play hard football tonight. We had 2 really good days of practice, and when we walked off the field last night, our kids seemed to be pretty tuned in.
Awesome. Coach, appreciate the time, and good luck to you guys tonight.
All right, appreciate it, man. Let's get one to end the season, huh?
Absolutely. Peter Nats, head coach of the Hawley Nuggets, joining us here on the pregame show as they get set to face the Crookston Pirates in the final regular season game of the season, as the playoffs will begin already next week on Tuesday. Some implications going on here for tonight and some other area games we'll talk about in our pregame show as we continue with more from Dale Scalaroot Athletic Complex in Hawley tonight. The Nuggets and the Pirates on yourliveevent.com.
Community Co-op provides energy solutions. Farm fuels, lubricants, propane, and natural gas are all available to farms, homes, and businesses from Lakes Community Co-op. They enjoy working with their customers to meet your fuel and energy solutions. Call Lakes Community Co-op today, 1-888-935-2281 for farm fuel pricing, contract programs, farm lubricants, propane pricing, and delivery for farm, home, business, and natural gas service. Lakes Community Co-op, your co-op in your community.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Minnesota.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
Keep your job site stocked with reliable service from Prairie Supply, Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Our team specializes in everything concrete. That means hand tools and equipment, rebar of all shapes and sizes, concrete forming packages and ICFs, decorative concrete materials like color, stain, sealers, and coatings. And let's not forget our impressive fleet of winter construction equipment to keep the concrete flowing all year round. If you've got concrete questions, we've got concrete answers at Prairie Supply, Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Visit us today at any of our 6 locations.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com. Hawley Public Schools teaches over 1,000 students in grades kindergarten through 12. They do this in facilities that are either new or recently remodeled. These facilities are not only for Hawley students, but for adults too. Hawley Public Schools offers community education classes in subjects like yoga and painting, plus adult basic education for those who want their GED or who study English as a second language. Hawley Public Schools, preparing students for the challenges and opportunities of tomorrow.
Soon enough, temps are going to drop low, and you'll be turning the heat up high. Protect yourself from surprising heating bills by enrolling in Wild Rice Electric's off-peak heating program. You'll receive hundreds of dollars in rebates on new heating technologies like heat pumps and underfloor heat. Plus, you'll get nearly half off your electric heating rate through the winter months. That adds up fast when the snow starts to fall. Give Wild Rice Electric a call at 800-244-5709 to find out if the off-peak program is a good fit for your home and start saving today.
Welcome back to our pregame show from Dale Scallerud Athletic Complex in Hawley. The Nuggets getting set to host the Crookston Pirates in the final regular season game of the year, and potentially in some important importance as far as playoffs go here tonight. There's the other games that are going on we'll look at in just a second here, but Nathan Stoa joining me here. He'll be color commentator once again for our call tonight, and really, you look at it, it's a mix for these guys. Hawley's sitting at the 6th spot as of tonight anyway, but a victory could move them up all the way even close to that 4 spot, 5. Potentially in this 6th spot they could stay if they'd happen to fall. So there's a lot of things that could happen here
There are.
tonight.
I think a lot of it, I mean, I don't remember who Frazee is playing, but I know it's War Road Roseau tonight. They got Barnesville, so that's most likely going to turn out in the favor of the number 1 seed there. So that's going to affect Frazee's QRF a little bit, and then War Road and Roseau's a rivalry game. If Roseau comes out of that one, they seed this thing from top to bottom. So Barnesville versus Pelican. Barnesville's going to be there. Pelican's going to be the 2 over there with their win over Park Rapids, regardless of what happens. And then now you get into that mix of when the numbers all come out, who's sitting in that 4-5 spot. If it's us and Frazee in the 4-5 spot, we're going to flip them and we're going to host. If it's War Road and Frazee, then Frazee's going to jump them off that win. So it's not going to come down necessarily to records. It's going to come down to what that magical computer formula that none of us know about, or none of us know the tricks to, how that's going to affect things. But for the people that are out there looking at it, they seed it from top to bottom. So head-to-head does matter, but it only matters as you go down the ladder. So, like I said, Barnesville and Pelican are up top. No matter what happens with Barnesville and Frazee tonight, that'll be them and Pelican in the 1-2 comparison, and Barnesville would take the top spot, and then it would just slide down the ladder of comparisons once the numbers come out. Probably tomorrow morning, I would guess. Though maybe they'll delay it till Friday, just because I know there's some other games tomorrow afternoon, not necessarily in our area of the state, but over in the, kind of just outside the metro. There's some games being played Thursday afternoon.
And looking at it, too, in the bottom two, Roseau's the 7, Crookston as the 8 seed. Those two should be locked as far as those positions. So it's going to be that middle part, the Warroad, Frazee, Hawley matchups here for tonight that are going to be kind of the implications as far as those seeds, the 4, 5, and 6, and 4 and 5. When it comes down to it, you're middle of the pack. But the important part there is having that home field advantage. Yep, that's home field advantage, and then you can start flipping coins and talking one way or the other about where you want to be in this section. When you're sitting in the pot of 4, when you're in the 4 or 5, that means you advance to play the 1 most likely, but the 1 or the 8. And we know what that means in 8AA. And if you're sitting in that 3-6 game, is the 6 seed, you go on the road. But yet, if you come out victorious on that one, you're going to see the 2 or you're going to most likely see the 2 seed in a situation like that. So there's all sorts of different ways to look at it. Really, it's going to come down to, like I said, the magical Minnesota Scores formula and how Hawley bounces back tonight. Yeah, you look at the last 3 games. We talked about it here briefly in the pregame already. The last 3 games alone, the Nuggets have fell by less than a touchdown. They fell by 5 points total, 3 to Park Rapids, 30-27. Led the majority of that game, gave up the lead in the last 95 seconds. Right there with Pelican Rapids the entire way through. Mustered up 13 points after trailing 14-0 at halftime. Came up a little short on that one, and then 19-18 last week against Warroad. So they're right there. I mean, it's just a play here or a play there, and I know Coach Nat's talked about that too, is, you create your luck by going out there and doing what you need to do and get yourself into those positions, and they're just that one step away from creating that additional luck. Yeah, and last week going all the way up to Warroad, even with Pelican and Park Rapids, you can single out one play where maybe it was a flag here, a flag there, or just a weird situation, the missed PAT against Pelican. There's all sorts of things like that, but we know as coaches and fans that are really watching that there's about 150 other things that can get cleaned up throughout the game that make those plays just a little less important than we think they were when they played out. So the fumble that didn't happen last week against Warroad that ended up being a flag and gave them, half the distance of the goal, there is a lot of things before that you got to question whether or not we really truly deserve to win, because we left a lot of plays out there on the field. That one stands out under a big spotlight and sure isn't a good feeling with it, and no different than Liebach's interception against Park Rapids being washed away. There's all sorts of things that you can come back to, but the focus of the kids and the coaching staff has to be what are those ton of other things that we can clean up to help create those breaks and create things to go positively for us, or when something doesn't go our way, that the spotlight isn't shining on it as bright as it has in these last 3 games. Other games around the area, as you mentioned, Warroad is at Roseau for that rivalry matchup, so Roseau is the home team there tonight. You got Frazee at home against Barnesville, and Park Rapids is at home against Pelican Rapids tonight in the 2 and 3 spot there for Section 8AA right now. So Crookston in town tonight to take on the Hawley Nuggets, and yeah, it's the season goes by fast, and that's coaches talk about that. Everybody talks about that. The fall sports really get kind of compact into a shorter amount of time, but it shows how important each and every week is, and no different here tonight for the Hawley Nuggets when they host Crookston, a team without any wins. So a team like that, they come in with obviously nothing to lose. They haven't had any success yet, and they're going to keep on searching for it. Yeah, they don't bring a whole lot of guys here tonight. I counted 22 or 23 that were dressed here, but that just gives opportunities for other guys to figure some things out. And the coaching staff, looking to build any positives that they can behind the players that they are looking at to help keep them,
in play next week when they get to the playoffs and try to carve out some positive feelings in what's been a rough year. But that's kind of the way Warroad looked last week, and they came out with nothing to lose, and we came out flat, and then it became a football game pretty quickly. So, big thing for the guys in maroon tonight is to make sure that they're doing their job and they're accountable from the kickoff, and try not to give any hope to the other side.
Should be a fun one here tonight. We look forward to bringing you the broadcast call on yourliveevent.com. My name is Kurt Philly, and I'm with Nathan Stoa tonight for the broadcast, and Ben Grunke is our videographer for the stream that you will see here tonight on the Your Live Event YouTube channel. We'll take a break. We'll come back and take a look at our starting lineups for this one tonight. The Hawley Nuggets hosting the Crookston Pirates in the finale of the regular season for 8AA high school football on yourliveevent.com.
Is proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer in Fertile. They've got a huge selection of new and used vehicles there on the lot. You can stop by and check the selection or go online to christianmotors.com or christiancarsonline.com. Your new vehicle is waiting for you at Christian Motors in Fertile. They are proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer. christianmotors.com, christiancarsonline.com. Stop and see the selection today. Christian Motors of Fertile.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Hi, I'm Tony Dalen, an Edward Jones financial advisor. Let's work together on an investment strategy for long-term results. While you can't control market volatility, you can control your financial future. Start by giving me a call at 701-893-5648. I'm Tony Dalen, an Edward Jones financial advisor. 701-893-5648. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends, and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
Welcome back to our pregame show. Let's take a look at our starting lineups here tonight. First off, for the visiting team on the scoreboard, they'll be starting with their defense, so we'll take a look at that in terms of their defensive lineup. Up on their line will be a senior wearing number 51, Vincent Herberg, at a defensive end position. The other D end will be a junior, number 62, Braden Peterson. Defensive tackle will be a junior, number 77, Riley Helgeson. And the other defensive tackle up front will be a senior, number 78, Clay Hansen. An inside linebacker, sophomore, number 89, Tate Hamry. An outside linebacker, junior, number 57, Daniel Hamey. Inside linebacker, senior, number 7, Carter Coet. An outside linebacker, senior, number 18, Adam Arriaga. Defensive back positions, free safety will be a junior, number 13, Rylan Lubarski. Cornerback will be a junior, number 33, Parker Kelly. Another corner will be a senior, number 88, Antonio Romero. And their strong safety for Crookston. They did not provide to me here tonight. Didn't get the lineups till right before we got on the air, so I apologize for that. Head coach Nate Lubarski, assisted by Brett Brendan, Tim Moe, Dan Rooney, Devin Barton, and Tyree Johnson. Starting for the Hawley Nuggets on the offensive side here tonight, they will have up on the line their center, a 6'2", 283-pound senior, number 78, Caden Kopacek. Their guards will be a 5'10", 208-pound senior number 51, Colin Larson on the right side. The left guard will be a 6', 286-pound senior number 76, Alex Paulson. Right tackle, 6'6", 234-pound junior number 66, Blake Donner. The left tackle, a 6'1", 206-pound senior number 60, Sam Cluck. In the backfield, quarterback tonight, 6'5", 210-pound junior number 7, Noah Nelson. As running backs, they'll have 5'7", 155-pound senior number 10, Lucas Skank. Other running back will be a 6'2", 218-pound junior number 22, Jack Ames. Slot receiver, 6'1", 172-pound junior number 14, Levi Lelm. And the other two receivers tonight for the Hawley Nuggets will be a 6'3", 170-pound senior number 1, Brevin Stoa, and a 6'1", 172-pound junior number 2, Zach Liebach. Peter Natz is their head coach, assisted by Tim Peterson, Nick Burcham, Aaron Haugen, Zion Smith, Travis Haugen, and Dave Ames. Nuggets 2-5 on the year in their home maroons. Gold numerals, the maroon hats, and the maroon bottoms. Crookston Pirates still looking for their first win of the year. They're 0-7 coming into this one in their away whites with white bottoms. They got the navy blue caps and the gold C up on the top there as well. Those are your lineups, part of our pregame show here tonight. The Hawley Nuggets hosting the Crookston Pirates in the final regular season game of the year. Thanks for being with us for our coverage on YourLiveEvent.com, made possible by our sponsors. You see scrolling across the screen throughout the night. You'll see during our commercial breaks. We ask that you patronize them at the very least. Tell them thank you. Nuggets getting set to receive and get things started up here. Back to receive is Lincoln Midthune. And also Lucas Skank for the Nuggets, and teeing it up for the Crookston Pirates to boot this one away is going to be number 4, who is not on my roster list.
Making you work right off the bat.
So whoever number 4 is, he's kicking it for Crookston. Kickoff here, Midthune's going to take that at the 25-yard line, scoots to the outside. He's taken down around the 31-yard line, and that's where the Nuggets will start things off offensively tonight.
Midthune back there as a way to give the returning to the lineup Levi Lelm one less responsibility for the evening. He was back deep last week in Lelm's absence and also returned punts for the Nuggets.
So as mentioned, Nuggets trying to bounce back here. They've got 4 losses in a row. A few of them very, very close games. The other was a big-time win by Barnesville midway through the season, who is the number 1 seed as expected coming into this season. Noah Nelson in the shotgun formation with his 2 backs, hands it off. Handoff goes right side. This is Grady Hines who's in the backfield to get things started here. So they almost had a switch in the warm-ups to get things going on the offensive side, and that's going to be a gain of 8 yards for the Nuggets.
Twin backs with Nelson in the shotgun that time. Handed to Hines going opposite of his strength over to the right side of the line. Hole was there and available, and Hines, as always, runs hard regardless of size.
Very nice job by Hines there as they'll set up same formation. 2nd down and 1 after that 9-yard gainer for the Nuggets. Shotgun formation, receivers off to each side, a wing off to the left. Handoff going again to Hines, and he is going to be smashed there by the defense of Crookston right away. Not let anything happen. That was actually Skank with the handoff on that play. It's going to be a loss of 6.
Yeah, basically same play flipped is what it looked like to me. I didn't see anything different on the line either. So same play flipped there. Not as much success with the left side of our line and the right side of their defensive formation.
So it'll make it a 3rd down and 5 here for the Nuggets. Back to their 37-yard line. Same formation again. This time the wing is going out to the right side for the Nuggets with the 2 backs in the backfield with Noah Nelson calling it out. Man in motion is Jack Ames. Back to pass, right? He'll get it. Ball's going to be slipping through the hands of Liebach and incomplete. A good attempt there on that dart that was thrown to him, and he needed to because the defense was right there, right behind Liebach.
Yeah, good coverage there as they ran mirrored slants from both of the receivers that were out there that time. So it looks like the punting unit will be on. We'll have a few field condition issues potentially here with the rain this morning. And the last time we were here, it was torn up pretty good. I think that was the Park Rapids ball game. Or no, Pelican ball game, excuse me.
Yep.
So we'll see some potential slippage and stuff and need to keep the football dry.
So they'll snap it back on the 4th and 5. This one is booted away. It's going to bounce around the 40-yard line, take a Nugget bounce, and take a really good bounce there to the 25, and that's where it's going to be down by the Nuggets special team, Zach Liebach. So a good punt, drops them back into Crookston territory, and that's where the Pirates will try their first attempt at offense tonight.
Yeah, good job flipping the field there by Kopacek. They did come with a little bit of pressure there, but he was protected well by his three personal protectors up front. So not the start offensively that Hawley was looking for with on 2nd and 3rd down there after the good first down run. So see if the defense can light a little bit of fire and catch some momentum.
So 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Crookston will try their first attempt at offense on a 3-and-out for the Hawley Nuggets offensively tonight in their first offensive series. Under center they will go. Carter Couette, their quarterback, calls out the signal here. Give it to running back Lubinski. They've got a Lubinski and a Lubarski. That was actually Lubarski, number 13. 17 is Lubinski. So all kinds of skis in the backfield here for Crookston.
All right, you got me there. The left side of our line did well. Colin Larson worked his way down there. I'm still trying to get my skis set for the Pirates, so get those underneath us here and figure it out. All I remember is there was a Lubarski that scored a lot of buckets for the Stephen Argyle squads up north. That was Nevin.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing I think of there. So I'm sure he's not listening, but maybe there's a ski out there listening that'll pass along and shout out.
There's at least a ski or two that are getting ready for the slopes here tonight. Shotgun formation for the Pirates on a 2nd down and 9 after that short gain. Coette's going to take it himself. He's going to just kind of lower his head there and go battling ram right up the middle. And he's going to gain about 5 yards as a result, just chugging those feet and just keep on moving. A nice, powerful run there by the quarterback, Carter Couette.
A good job by Alex Paulson and a couple other Nugget linemen scraping down and helping out. Grady Hines was there to meet him in the hole, just met him a little bit high there and took the helmet to the sternum protector there and needed some friends to help bring him down. So 3rd down here for the Nuggets, try to get off the field.
3rd and 4 is what it's going to be at the Crookston, just behind the 30-yard line is where the ball is placed. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers off to each side for the Pirates. And the one back in the backfield, man coming in motion, that's Romero. They'll hand it off to him as he comes across, and that is going to be taken down.
By the spot of the far referee, it's going to be slightly short, I believe.
Yeah, it's going to be probably a yard short or so of the first down marker, so it's going to be a gain of a few. It'll make it a 4th down and short. 4th and 1, so Romero got the carry there for Crookston, but they do come up short.
Interesting spot here for Crookston. You're sitting with a struggle in year. Is there really anything to lose by going for this?
Yeah, it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to set up, go under center here with the one single back, and we got a guy moving too quick.
They got excited to go for it there and tried to get quick off the ball to make sure the quarterback looked like a sneak was coming, and it's going to backfire 5 yards. So now it's going to put them in more of a need to punt situation, I would assume.
Yeah, that's going to make that 4th down and 6 on the first penalty of the night. That goes 5 yards back for the Crookston Pirates. So, but yeah, like you say, just getting up to the line, they wanted to fire that ball off quick, and the line fired just a little bit too fast before that ball was snapped. So they will set up into punting formation.
Yep.
Back to receive for the Nuggets going to be Levi Lelm. And 57, that is Daniel Hami, is going to get the snap, and it goes over his head, and he's going to be tackled on the play. Nuggets are going to have great field position with 7:58 to play in the first quarter.
Yep, so Colin Larson, Grady Hines, and at least one other Nugget got there. There was a trio of them there. Might have been Blake Bigger, but they were able to get in there, and what's going to go down in the stat sheet as a sack there on the punt coverage. Big momentum shift here and field position in favor of Hawley. They need to take advantage, put some points on the board.
So it'll be at the Crookston 12-yard line. 1st down and 10 is what it'll be for the Nuggets. They'll set up with 2 receivers off to the right side. And a wing off left, that is Ames. Nelson airs this one out. Little screen pass into the middle. Good. That's going to be a touchdown for the Nuggets on the pass completion to Levi Lelm. Just going straight up the middle. A slant, I should say, not a screen. Going right into the middle and in for the score. A 12-yard touchdown pass for the Nuggets.
Yep, twin receivers on the far side of the field, right side of the formation. Slant out of Lelm was a quick hitter. He's defensive back wasn't ready to move with him. Different personnel, not a different formation than we've seen before, but different personnel. Jack Ames was playing wing in that set on the left side, and Mark Schauer, who's been kind of Mr. Swiss Army knife at different times here, both sides of the football, he was lined up at the left tight end position.
Try for the extra point kick, the snap, and the kick is up, and it's going to be off the side, no good. So the extra point kick, no good. A one-play drive that lasts 4 seconds puts the Nuggets on top, 6-0 on your Lakes Community Co-op scoreboard over Crookston tonight. We're taking a break. Back with the kickoff right after this.
Respectful, responsible, safe, and kind. Those are the values taught by Hawley Public Schools. Hawley's PBIS team, Positive Behavior, Interventions, and Supports, aims to encourage a positive and respectful learning environment and uphold the social and emotional well-being of all students and staff. Learn more about Hawley Public Schools at hawley.k12.mn.us. Hawley Public Schools, preparing students for the challenges and opportunities of tomorrow. Lakes Community Co-op provides energy solutions. Farm fuels, lubricants, propane, and natural gas are all available to farms, homes, and businesses from Lakes Community Co-op. They enjoy working with their customers to meet your fuel and energy solutions. Call Lakes Community Co-op today, 1-888-935-2281 for farm fuel pricing, contract programs, farm lubricants, propane pricing, and delivery for farm, home, business, and natural gas service. Lakes Community Co-op, your co-op in your community.
Kickoff after the timeout there. Crookston is going to take it up to about the 30-yard line is where they're going to be taken down, and 33 is where it's going to be placed on the short return that they had. So that's where they'll have it first down and 10.
I think saw Liam Peterson get in there for first contact. I'm not sure who else was in on that, but I'm going to say it was Liam so that later on when I do the stats, I can give him the tackle point.
There we go. 7:51 to play in the first quarter. Nuggets strike first on a short field position on a turnover on downs on that sack when they tried to punt. This is an option pitch here. Coet gets it to his pitch man there, Lubarski, who is coming around that right side. Didn't have a whole lot of room to work with as the blocks were concerned in front of Coet first. So it didn't leave a whole lot of space for anybody else to try and come and establish a block for Lubarski, who's still able to manage a few yards with some powerful running there for the Crookston Pirates.
Yeah, it was a slow developing option. Nobody really got down the line too quickly, and I think Hawley got a little bit too bunched up between, Levi's Lelm is tapping his chest there, so I think he was supposed to be out on the pitch man as opposed to being on the quarterback where he was.
Timeout taken by the Crookston Pirates here. 7:18 to play first quarter. A 6-0 Hawley lead over Crookston on yourliveevent.com. Lakes Community Co-op brings us our scoreboard. We're back with more right after this.
Got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Minnesota.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
Back out of the timeout. Mentioned too, the Lost in the Valley Corn Maze and Pumpkin Patch runs Fridays through Sundays until October 29th at the Red River Valley Fairgrounds in West Fargo. New activities this year: jumping pillow, a trike track, playground, photo ops, and more. Dazed in the Maze for adults 21 plus is October 27th. Get your tickets and more information. Go online to redrivervalleyfair.com. Handoff goes for the Crookston Pirates, going straight up the middle for Lubarski. And he is collected by several of the Nuggets on the attempt to take him down. He's able to gain about 2 on the play. It'll make it a 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, Crookston in the line there, coming out trying to cut some of our, cut block some of our down linemen there. And I think well done by a couple of our fellas in there. I didn't catch numbers of keeping their hands free and being able to kind of push down on top of that cut lineman and create a pile that leaves no place for the running back to go.
So a 3rd and 5 as the Pirates come out of the huddle here, nearing the midway point of this first quarter. From Hawley tonight, the Nuggets hosting the Crookston Pirates in the last regular season action on a Wednesday evening before the MEA break. Long weekend for the area schools in Minnesota, as we've got a penalty flag coming out And I think it is. It's going against the Nuggets. They jumped the line there, and good discipline by Crookston to stay in put. And with that penalty, that should be a first down, or at least close, depending on where this ball is placed.
It's going to be short.
Or are they moving the chains?
Nope, they are. Okay.
Yep, moving the chains. It is a first down. So the first down for either team here tonight comes for the Crookston Pirates on a Nuggets penalty. Their first for 5 yards. So first down and 10. Or are they coming back and saying, now let's measure this?
Well, might be too late for that.
I was gonna say.
If the clip was picked up, that's...
Yeah, officials are conferring about something, so... Yeah, they are pulling them back.
Yep. As long as the clip, if the clip stayed in the right spot, that's going to be relatively an easy shift and solution. But it looked short to me right off the bat, and then the grade of the field can be an issue at certain spots. And this is potentially one of those situations where from across the field it messes with your mind just a little bit. Lines are pretty straight here, unlike some other places that we visit. But in this case, it's the grade of the field that can mess with the eyes.
I'm gonna say this field is well kept here after that muddy mess we had for Pelican game. It's looking really good here tonight. An excellent job by the crew to maintain and keep it up here in Hawley. Handoff goes straight up the middle. This is going to be Lubinski. So from one ski to the other, it's going to be the first down. That's going to be the first down of the night right there, as they did pull it down on a 3rd down and 1. So first down for Tegan Lubinski, his first carry of the night for 5 yards.
Yeah, I kind of thought Crookston might come back with another hard count. Just, prove your matter, get some head games going, especially if they saw film and saw some jumping and things last week, but instead came back just with a straight fullback dive, which... Why mess around right now? They need to continue to carve out some success here and maintain possession of the football. Simple way to do it.
So 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line. Crookston will go under center. Couette airs this one out. Ball's picked off by Brevin Stoa at the 36-yard line. Little shake and bake, trying to get away from the defense, or by the offense, I should say. They take him down at the 42-yard line. Good heads-up play in the backfield. Stoa with the pick, and the Nuggets will take over.
Yeah, great pressure back there. Colin Larson +1 got there pretty quickly off of the play action. There isn't a whole lot of things developing in the backfield for Crookston quickly right now, and that's causing pressure in both the punt situation, the option situation, and that pass play. And then it just is a ball with too much air underneath it, which is a pretty easy play there for the Nuggets leader in turnovers, or leader in takeaways. Take away from the other team.
There we go. 2 receivers off right, 1 left. Pass right side. Quick hit goes to Levi Lelm. He'll get to midfield, and he's going to fall forward into Crookston territory. He will gain 6 yards, make it 7 yards on that pass. Completion from Nelson to Lelm.
Yep, Quick screen, basically an extended run play would be the cliche in the game of football right now. Just a long handoff on that one. Safe route with the amount of space that the D-backs from Crookston are giving. That play we've seen numerous times now open up deep shots down the field for Hawley.
So 2nd and short, 2nd and 2 is what it's going to be on a shotgun formation for the Nuggets. Just into Crookston territory. Snap, pass, left side, same play. It's Lelm. Spins and gets away from a would-be tackler there momentarily. He's still at a grip, able to keep a grip just enough time and slow him up at least. Parker Kelly had the grip from Crookston on that play, so defense was there, but Lelm with the strong running, able to add a few more yards and get another first down here tonight.
Yeah, he's a running back playing slot receiver is ultimately what he is. Fantastic athlete. Taking hits right now, though, is the key, and we need to keep Levi as clean as possible here as he's coming back off the injury that caused him to miss last week.
Nuggets will set up same formation. Handoff goes to Lucas Skank this time. He bounces to the outside. He's going to be taken down at the legs by Romero, the cornerback, who had to come up and make that tackle on the play. Got to that second layer, almost to the third and beyond Romero, but a nice tackle there by him, staying low. going for the legs and a strong runner of Lucas Skank.
Yeah, Lucas Skank back into the positive yardage after his first carry where the line didn't give him any creases there as he was thrown for a loss. Lucas is coming off of his best game of his career last week as he threatened the 100-yard plateau last week, getting into, I think it was 93 yards there. Not too bad for a former center.
2nd down and 4 for the Nuggets. Shotgun formation, man in motion. You see coming across the screen is Lelm. Handoff. Nope. Nelson's going to keep it himself. Takes it left side. Great block on this near side by Liebach. Nelson, wide open room. Down for the score. Holy cow, what a block by Liebach on that play. Taking it to the house. Noah Nelson, 38 yards.
Jet sweep motion got Crookston flowing hard to the far side of the field, the right side of our formation. That left the entire left side for Liebach and Nelson to do their work. Zach Liebach has been really good with his downfield stock blocking as a wide receiver. Last week he had 2 incredibly impressive blocks as he was able to take guys completely out of the play, and he did it here again, this time springing a touchdown.
That was a heck of a block on that side. Boy, that opened up a huge gap for Noah Nelson, and he turned on the Jets to make it down that sideline. Shotgun formation for the 2-point conversion as a wide open hole was collected right at the end, but not soon enough. In for the 2-point conversion is Noah Nelson, and your Lakes Community Co-op scoreboard shows 14-0. Hawley on top of Crookston. 3:27 to play, first quarter from Hawley tonight. We're back with more from Dale Scalaroot Athletic Complex right after this.
Keep your job site stocked with reliable service from Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Our team specializes in everything concrete. That means hand tools and equipment, rebar of all shapes and sizes, concrete forming packages and ICFs, decorative concrete materials like color, stain, sealers, and coatings. And let's not forget our impressive fleet of winter construction equipment to keep the concrete flowing all year round. If you've got concrete questions, we've got concrete answers at Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Visit us today at any of our 6 locations.
3:27 to play, first quarter. It's been explosive here for the Hawley Nuggets. Fun to see. That's one thing I know Coach Nat's talked about before the game here, Nate, was the energy level not to where they wanted it to be last week in a game against Warroad. That they came out energized their senior night and did what they needed to do to come away with the victory in that game. And much different approach here tonight for the Nuggets. It's fun to see that energy level boosted up.
Yeah, and they've got weapons on the outside right now, so they need, they're going to take advantage of those where they can, and that's the athleticism and quickness is tilted in the favor of Hawley tonight. But that doesn't mean you still can't find positives in everybody doing their job. One trend that changed there at the end is that was the first conversion Hawley has had since the first touchdown against Pelican. It was I think it was 5 straight conversions. That's when you're losing 3 games in a row by 5 points or 5 points total.
Yeah.
Those leaving 2-point conversions or PATs on the floor, that obviously doesn't help. So good to see them convert.
Handoff. Nope. Coette's going to keep it himself in that I formation. And, boy, he was stood up on that play right at the line of scrimmage. Forward motion, he's going to be right near the line of scrimmage. Maybe a short loss, but we'll give him no gain on the play.
Yeah, Lelm, Grady Hines, Jack Ames all played that one incredibly well. There was no place to go. Even a pitch would have been probably too pressured to make. So good job by the quarterback of holding on to the football in that mess as he had absolutely nowhere to go.
2nd down and 10. It's going to be for the Pirates at their own 40-yard line. That's where they started with 3:26 to play first quarter. Nuggets scoring on a 12-yard pass from Nelson to Lelm. Extra point no good. 38-yard run by Noah Nelson on a 3-play drive in the previous offensive set. That resulted in the score, and he also ran it in for the 2-point conversion as the handoff goes to Rylan Lubarski, and Lubarski's able to manage 1 yard on that play, so it'll make it a 3rd down and 9.
Blake Bigger absolutely got rid of the guy that was supposed to be blocking him, and he met the running back in the hole there for a big – it's going to go down as a solo tackle. He got a little help on the end, but that running back was going nowhere in the grasp of big 6'4".
A nice job by Bigger on that play. He's had some really good games throughout the year, as much as that defensive line has done some good things overall for the Nuggets as a whole. You got Blake Bigger up there. You got Dane Hinkle tonight, along with Colin Larson and Alex Paulson in the defensive front for the Nuggets in those maroon jerseys. Pitch out goes to the right side. This is Lubarski trying to get to the outside and not going to happen. Jack Ames says, "Where you going, buddy?" Takes him down on a nice wrap up on the legs.
I'd love to see replay on that one, but I'm thinking that on a play to the near side of the field that Ames was a guy that was supposed to be unblocked as somebody that's not supposed to affect that play coming out to the outside, and they blocked it really well in front, but Ames tracked that down from the backside. That's the energy and motor that 22 plays with that we didn't see for 4 quarters last week.
Freshman Lincoln Midtune will go back for the Hawley Nuggets to receive the punt. On a 3-and-out for the Crookston Pirates, it's going to drop and basically die out at the 30-yard line. Romero says, "I'll just tap on this ball," and that's where Hawley will have it. 1st down and 10 with 1:08 to play in the first quarter.
Take advantage of momentum here. Coach Haugen's going to have the entirety of his playbook right now as he's feeling confident in his receivers and his quarterbacks. Personally, I'd like to see a run or two here and see if we can't get the linemen a little bit of extra juice. We know run blocking is a lot more powerful and impactful to get the juices flowing for the big fellas up front. So I'd like to see him keep the ball on the ground just a little bit here.
2 receivers off left with the wing off to the right side and Ames. Shotgun formation. Lucas Skank in the backfield next to Nelson. He'll hand it off to Lucas Skank, and he is going to be taken down by a host of Crookston Pirates on that one. They came in there with their eye patch and says, "You're not going anywhere, matey."
I was wondering when we were going to get there.
I
got there
decided
early.
to try it early, yeah, in case I lose my voice.
Went for the under.
Yeah, because sometimes the R doesn't work later on in the game, you know.
Well played that time on the left side of the Crookston D line there as they took care of business up front. Still want to see Hawley be able to get the big fellas going here and start getting some white jerseys on some skates pushing backwards. 2nd and 11
for the Hawley Nuggets. In motion is Jack Ames. Handoff goes to Lucas Skank. This time he's got a lot more room. He's going to make it up to the 40-yard line, close to the 1st down marker. Going to be maybe just a little bit short, but that was a nice 10-yard gain for the Hawley Nuggets.
Jack Ames that time of defensive fame came in short motion from his wing position, and he was the lead blocker there. So starts a little closer to the line of scrimmage than a typical fullback type play would, but that added blocker there was able to spring that play.
What do I know? That was a 1st down. He got to the 1st down marker. I thought he was going to be just a little bit short, so are we going to see a repeat where they bring him back again and measure it?
I think we're just going to get a quarter break.
Okay, there we go. We'll take a quarter break. 1 quarter down, Lakes Community Co-op scoreboard. The Nuggets lead after 1, 14-0 over Crookston on yourliveevent.com.
Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com. Hawley Public Schools teaches over 1,000 students in grades kindergarten through 12. They do this in facilities that are either new or recently remodeled. These facilities are not only for Hawley students, but for adults, too. Hawley Public Schools offers community education classes in subjects like yoga and painting, plus adult basic education for those who want their GED or who study English as a second language. Hawley Public Schools, preparing students for the challenges and opportunities of tomorrow.
Welcome back. We start out the second quarter. Nuggets have a 1st down and 10 out of the quarter break. Airing this one out down the field. Holy cow, he's wide open. Liebach looking over his head. He had about 6 strides on the defense. Beyond Romero, the defensive back, lost him on the route there, and just slipping through the hands right at the last second incomplete pass.
Well, Zach's going to say that he should have caught the football, as every wide receiver that has it hit their hands will. That time that ball hung up a little bit from Nelson. It was a great double move. The corner bit completely on it, as Hawley's been known to throw those quick outs, quick screens. That's what Liebach stuttered and went off of, was one of those quick little bubbles and had the defender completely beat.
Nelson 3 for 5, 26 yards and a touchdown in the air so far tonight. The quarterback, this one's going to roll to him. He'll take it forward as a result, trying to find some room, but nothing happening. So that's going to be no gain on the play on the mishap on that snap, making it a 3rd down and 10.
Yep, that's the first mishandle of a snap here tonight, which has been something that has plagued Hawley throughout the season. They did shuffle things around on the O-line. Senior Caden Kopacek is in there now at center. Things have stabilized a little bit since he took off his eligible number and threw on a lineman number here. But if anything, they've been coming out a little bit too low. They're not coming out too hot anymore, just coming out a little bit too low.
3rd down and 9 is what it's going to be here for the Nuggets. Shotgun formation with one back in the backfield. They'll drop back the pass. Nelson fakes this one. He's got the pressure put on by Crookston. And we got a penalty flag coming out here late in this play. We'll see what that happens to be.
Well, this could be, well, it's going to be a hold. All right, I would say, because it was right around where Nelson was, so it could have been some sort of protecting of the quarterback situation with where the official was. But that one was a hold as our line was trying to keep him healthy after they were beat.
Yeah, and they're going to decline that as they had a nice job of getting in there defensively and forcing the Nuggets into a tough spot. With the result, they actually lost 5 yards on the play regardless, so it's going to be a 4th down and 14 now for the Nuggets.
Yep. Want to see him come out of that one with the first play call was perfect and executed well from the receiver, and the ball just hung up a little bit, but that would have been a sure 6. And then you come back and give up the low snap and the sack. So next time the offense is on the field, they got to try to find their groove again.
Punt is on the way for the Nuggets. A low boomer there that bounces at the 40. It's going to roll back to the 32-yard line. That's where it'll be downed on that play as Romero just walked away. Said, no, not touching that. Good decision on his part as it's a punting situation for the Nuggets. 10:35 to play in the second quarter, and Crookston will take over at their own 31-yard line.
So Crookston again here, probably going to keep things pretty simple. The only time they went to the air so far tonight, they threw a pass to a Nugget wide receiver instead, playing safety. So keep it simple here and probably just try to churn out some yards until they feel that they can get back to that play-action game when the linebackers are selling out hard.
And Brevin Stoa with the interception on that play. That's the only turnover between the two teams. Crookston will have it 1st down and 10 at their own 31-yard line. Receivers split off to each side. Double on each side. Shotgun formation going to Lubinski, who is in the quarterback spot in place of Carter Couette. So he'll take it on the run himself, and he's going to be able to gain 1, maybe 2. Give him 2 yards on that play for Tegan Lubinski, his second carry for 7 yards tonight.
So they went shotgun, single back with twins to each side as a way just to spread the Nugget defense out a little bit, get those linebackers a couple extra steps maybe into the out of those holes there, and just went straight quarterback power.
So Crookston taking their time here in the huddle to get their play figured out and ready to rock, ready to roll. They'll get into the shotgun formation again. Once again, Lubinski is their quarterback with Lubarski right next to him. One ski to the other, fakes the handoff to that ski. He'll take it himself, and slipped on the ski. And that is going to be a 1-yard gain. So he tried to cut back into the middle. Lubinski I think he saw some room there in the middle, and he was trying to cut back, and with the wet conditions like we've had here, he slipped up just a little bit there and still able to gain a couple. It'll make it a 3rd down and 6.
I think what he saw was his left end, whether it was a tackle or a tight end. I was blocked off from the formation here as I was looking around, but they got the head on the left side there, turned the defensive end in, and that's where he probably saw his crease rather than bouncing it to the outside. Thought he might have had something up the middle like you mentioned, but it was a really well blocked play over here by the left side of the Crookston line.
Yeah, and a good read, too, by Lubinski to see that and just try and cut back in. Kind of the same thing here. He's trying to march outside, and he's going to be collected by the defense of the Hawley Nuggets. Jack Ames leading the pack of that one. Alex Paulson also in the area. Noah Nelson coming off that pile, too. That's going to be a 3-yard gain. It'll make it a 4th down and 4 now for Crookston.
All right, so Noah Nelson was in on that play, and he's going to get a tackle point on that one, but he's got to come off as his helmet came off. So high school and college football, if your helmet leaves your head, you need to come off the field for a play. But well-defended play that time by Nelson, kept his left arm free so that he was able to be able to wrangle the ball carrier.
So the punt here for Crookston is going to that left side into the Hawley sidelines, and that one is going to be, we'll see where the officials call this one. I think it's at the 42-yard line. Oh. So it's at the 42-yard line is where Hawley will have it. First down and 10 off of that punt with 8:16 to play first half.
Generous spot there, I believe, in live action for the Pirates, but still not great. Still not any too negative field position for Hawley on that one.
No, at your own 42-yard line, if you can have it there with an offensive series, that's definitely a good thing. You get back behind that, and things can be obviously a lot tougher. But the way the Nuggets have been moving the ball pretty well, too, got to be comfortable with great field position like this. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers off left, 1 off to the right side with the wing and Ames off to that left. They'll toss this one left side for Lelm. Lelm able to get a little bit of room. Shakes off one would-be tackler. He's going to get it the first down and more. Good play by Levi Lelm to scoot free from the defense. They were trying to wrap up the legs, and he just slipped right out of there. Gets a 13-yard gain as the result.
Yeah, timing on that one was off just a little bit as Stoa got to his block a little early. Nothing that was going to, raise a flag or anything like that from a referee's belt loop, but still enough to kind of throw the timing off of that one. Then it just became Lelm being his own blocker and taking care of things on his own.
And he did an excellent job of that. As another grab for him, 39 yards he's got receiving tonight. First down and 10 into Crookston territory. Handoff goes straight up the middle. Lucas Skank. And a power run right up the middle is going to get him about 4 yards.
Yeah, it seems to me that Crookston's middle linebackers that time were coming in on a little bit of a run blitz on that one. So, again, that's the thing where the sideline can see that. That can turn into play action as there's going to be no help over the middle of the field. But it's also something that the O-line needs to continue to improve upon, that communication, so that we get hat on a hat inside to give the running backs a potential crease.
5th carry for 15 yards for Lucas Skank tonight. Nuggets are led by Noah Nelson. 3 carries, 34 yards, including a 38-yard touchdown run. Second down and 6 for the Nuggets. Man in motion coming across is Kopacek. Taking it as Nelson himself. He'll try to bounce to the outside, cuts back into the middle. He's got defense wrapped around him, and he's taking him with. He's got a 7-yard gain. Nice hard run there by Noah Nelson.
Yep. Jet motion that time. It was Kopacek instead of Lelm. Something that Kopacek had to do last week that wasn't something he'd really been worked through in game time, so the timing was off on that one. This time it was significantly better, which keeps the timing of the play and the purpose of the motion much better suited for positive yardage.
So another first down, the 4th of the night for the Hawley Nuggets here. So they keep moving into Crookston territory at the 35-yard line. Nearing the midway point of the second quarter.
This
shotgun
is the
formation
that Nelson took to the house.
Nelson pitches this one out to the right side. Lucas Skank trying to find some room in the middle. Nothing. Bounces to the outside. He's got a first down and more. He's got a 14-yard gain on that play before he's knocked out of bounds.
So that was twins to the far side of the field, and it was the Mark Schauer, Jack Ames combination, tight end and wing back to the near side, which would happen to be the wide side in this case, giving all sorts of room for Nelson and Skink to operate that option play.
So 1st and 10 at the Crookston 21-yard line, the 5th play of offense coming up in this series. 3 of their 4 have been first downs in this offensive series. Nelson shotgun formation with Skink beside him, fakes the handoff. Left side pass goes for Lelm. Another nice block by Liebach downfield, but we do have a penalty flag coming out. Might have been a little too good with a little wrap up there on a hold that'll bring this back.
Yeah, you see that a lot on Saturdays and Sundays where the receivers will get in and they'll get engaged in that old, we used to call it's your steering wheel in there where you can illegally get your hands in and grab that sternum plate. But as soon as that guy starts to tear off from you and try to make that play, you're going to get called for a hold a lot if you don't let go at the same time.
Yeah, that's an easy one for the official to see when that jersey, you can see it being tugged on those plays.
So that time, Hawley stayed in the same formation with Shower and Ames to the short side of the field that time, and it was single coverage over the top there. So I think it's going to be noticed that no necessity to hit up some sort of bubble screen or tunnel screen there. That slant pass that went for the early touchdown is going to be there, as I'm not seeing the matchups for Lelm out of the slot or Liebach over the top, but especially Lelm out of the slot.
So 10-yard penalty it will be. They get the completion in the yards of 6 yards. It was from Noah Nelson to Levi Lelm. And then with that penalty drops them back. Their second penalty for 15 yards tonight. First down and 16. Pushing this one up the middle. Nelson has some good room, and he's able to gain back all of that yardage and a little bit more. Didn't get to the first down, but he got 15 yards, so just a yard short.
Yeah, again, running it effectively. That time, Nelson saw the crease to cut that back up because his linemen were kicking out blocks to the towards us, towards the right side of the field here, and he was able to read that. You're supposed to read the backside of your blocker, go right off of his butt, and that's exactly what Nelson did to see that crease on a well-blocked play from the Nugget lineman.
2nd and 2 is what they're going to call it. Noah Nelson up to 56 yards on 5 carries now and a touchdown. When it comes to rushing in this first half of play, Nelson will get set in the shotgun formation. Handoff goes to Skank, straight up the gut he'll go. And he needed 2. He got about 7 on that play to get another first down.
Yep, safe play there. Get that juice going with the old lineman. Let him start driving forward a little bit there, and then once again get yourself a fresh set of downs here inside of the 10-yard line. So goal-to-goal situation. Looks to me like they could come back to that same play that Lelm scored the touchdown on in the first quarter.
8th play of the drive. That was the 6th first down of the night for the Hawley Nuggets. 4th in this offensive series. Shotgun, handoff. Nope, Nelson going to keep it himself. Makes his way to the right side and in for the score. 8-yard touchdown run for Noah Nelson.
Roland, why change anything up? I like the formation. I like the fact that Mark Schauer's seeing some field time in a different spot there, and he's being, just being utilized as an athlete out there and a guy who's willing to put his helmet out there and get physical and block despite his non-tight end looking body. So it's been a nice little change there for the Nuggets, and seeing that twins and wingback formation has paid off really well here tonight as it's led to all 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, Noah Nelson's got the 3-2 rushing touchdowns and a passing touchdown here tonight. They'll try for the 2-point conversion attempt, and we got a penalty flag coming out. I think we got a delay of game. We do.
We'll have to blame Mrs. Anderson on that one. Obviously, there was a clock malfunction with her thumb. So, I mean, it's never the sideline. It's always the clock keeper.
Come on. Third.
And always something to say from over there as well.
3rd penalty for 20 yards for the Nuggets tonight. We'll drop them back 5 yards to the 8-yard line is where it's going to be. So they'll attempt the 2-point conversion again here. Nelson, shotgun with Hines and Skank right next to him. Pass into the middle for Stoa. Gets the reception, and the 2-point conversion is good. Lakes Community Co-op scoreboard, 3:53 to play first half. Hawley adds to their lead 22-0 over Crookston on yourliveevent.com.
Temps are going to drop low, and you'll be turning the heat up high. Protect yourself from surprising heating bills by enrolling in Wild Rice Electric's off-peak heating program. You'll receive hundreds of dollars in rebates on new heating technologies like heat pumps and underfloor heat. Plus, you'll get nearly half off your electric heating rate through the winter months. That adds up fast when the snow starts to fall. Give Wild Rice Electric a call at 800-244-5709 to find out if the off-peak program is a good fit for your home and start saving today.
22-0 is the lead for the Hawley Nuggets here tonight. In command, that was an 8-play drive. Lasted just under 5 minutes, about 4.5 minutes for the Nuggets, capped off by an 8-yard touchdown run. Noah Nelson, 2-point conversion. Nelson to Stoa, 22-0 is our score here on yourliveevent.com. So the offense clicking, defense has been doing well tonight too for the Hawley Nuggets. It's what you like to see. Get them down soon. try and deflate this Crookston team that is winless on the year and try and keep it that way as we move into playoffs next week. Line drive shot to the 30-yard line taken by number 12 there, Miles Moore, on the special teams for Crookston. And he will get up to the 42-yard line. That's where Crookston will take over with 3:49 to play in the first half.
Liam Peterson and Lincoln Midtoon down the field there to make that play. I don't know that Hawley's looking for that ball to get caught in the air. I think right now they're rotating between their freshman kickers, as it was Klages that took the previous kick, and I think they're looking for that ball to hit the ground prior to being caught on the line drive. So a couple little adjustments can be made amongst those freshman kickers so that this is a much more difficult ball for the Pirates to contain.
You mentioned Liam Peterson. His brother just graduated from basic training down in South Carolina. Both his parents, Tim and Lindsay, are down there for Parents' Day and getting a chance to see him after a long period of time. So we thank them for listening down in South Carolina here tonight, and congratulations to you, Cade, on the graduation of basic training. Keep up the great work, man, and have fun in Arizona when you head over there, too.
Absolutely. That play strung out really well by Levi Lelm. First contact, unable to bring him down by himself, but held him up long enough for Zach Liebach and others to get in and make a play there and string that one out for nothing for the Pirates.
No gain on the play for Ryland Lubarski on that play. He's got 6 carries for 7 yards. It'll be a 2nd down and 9 here for a 2nd and 10 for Crookston.
And just so Cade knows, we did have to take the uniform in a little bit so it would fit Brevin. We had to shrink that sucker up a little with all his time in the weight room.
Coette's going to keep it himself here. He was about to pitch it out, and a nice job by the Hawley defense to get back there and put a hand up for the intended player there, the running back in Lubarski. So it would have been a really dangerous situation. Smart decision by Coette to just hold on to that football. He didn't have much room to do anything, but instead of attempting that and risking a fumble on the play, results in a 2-yard gain instead. So 3rd down and 7 it will be for Crookston. Nearing midfield, they're at their own 46-yard line. 2 receivers split off to each side for the Pirates. Shotgun formation for Coette with a man in motion. That's Lubinski. Back to pass. Coette has a little bit of time now. Stands and fires. This ball is going to be caught down the field. Great reception by the Crookston Pirates. Tate Hamry coming up with the grab.
Yeah, I thought that ball was going to hang up just long enough for Liebach to come underneath and get it, but I don't think the footing for either guy right now was conducive to making a play. A great play on that football, but it hung up long enough for the Crookston receiver to get both hands on that one as Liebach was coming through to try to knock it down.
A 33-yard reception for the Crookston Pirates from Carter Coette to Tate Hamry on a well-executed play, and that gets them deep into Hawley territory at their 21. Shotgun formation on a 1st and 10, 2:05 to play, 2nd quarter. Back to pass again, Coette. There's this one out. He was trying to get it to his receiver, Romero. He had some room there, but just as he spun around, I think he kind of got lost in where he was on his route. Incomplete pass is what it's going to be for the Pirates.
Yeah, that one almost looked like, as I turned my head to it a little bit late, if it had a little bit more air underneath it, coming down towards the pylon, it would have given Romero a chance to run underneath it and possibly make a play there. So we've got some fresh uniforms out there rotating through for Hawley right now as well here. So time to get a little bit of sweat on some of these guys and get them into the flow of the football game.
2nd and 10. Handoff goes up the middle to Lubarski, and Lubarski is going to be taken down by Bigger on that play. He's able to gain a few, 2 at least. Close to, I was going to say close to 3. Maybe almost 4. No, 3 yards on that play for Lubarski.
Blake Bigger shed his block and came down the line of scrimmage there for a solo tackle, which doesn't happen a ton out of D tackles unless it's run directly into their gap. So well done there by Bigger to shed his block and make that play. We're getting a few extracurriculars down the field here as the Pirates are continuing to try to block on the Nugget defensive backs here. We've had some referees step in and have a few discussions.
3rd and 7 at the 18-yard line is where Crookston's got it. Handoff. Nope, Coette's going to keep it himself. Nice stiff arm there to get one would-be tackler Larson down on the play. And he stumbles forward for a gain of a few. It's going to make it a 4th down and about 3, maybe 4 to go.
Yeah, Larson on his heels there probably potentially saved a first down there, as we did not have the same discipline to option the quarterback, to the quarterback end to the pitch man on that play as we have had earlier in the football game. So whether Larson was doing what he was supposed to do or not, he got on the ankles and saved a few extra yards.
Timeout for the Nuggets, using their first of 3 they're allotted. Crookston's still got a couple timeouts remaining on a 4th down situation for the Pirates when we come back. Lakes Community Co-op scoreboard, 22-0. Hawley leads Crookston on yourliveevent.com.
Is proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer in Fertile. They've got a huge selection of new and used vehicles there on the lot. You can stop by and check the selection or go online to christianmotors.com or christiancarsonline.com. Your new vehicle is waiting for you at Christian Motors in Fertile. They are proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer. christianmotors.com, christiancarsonline.com. Stop and see the selection today. Christian Motors of Fertile.
Don't let concerns.
49 seconds remain here in this first half of play. Crookston working with 5 plays on this offensive series so far. They've got a 4th down and 7 to go. They had a big play to get them down the field here on a pass that went 33 yards from Carter Couette to Tate Hamry.
If I'm Hawley, the first thing I got to do is hold my water and go on the snap of the football. Second thing I got to do is watch for a little bit of trickery here or something that Crookston feels they can get him on.
Shotgun formation, back to pass. Bigger had some great pressure there, and the pass is going to be incomplete. Romero wanted a flag on that play, saying he was in the way, but that ball was going to be, I don't think it was going to be even close to where he could have tried to get that ball.
I think Lucas Skank did a good job of locking up with him there. There's probably a little bit extra contact than necessary, but he didn't do a really great job of fighting back through for it. Talk about sometimes putting a little bit of showmanship on some of those. You really got to fight back for the football in a situation like that if you're going to draw a penalty.
So Nuggets will have it at their own 18-yard line, 1st down and 10 with 44 seconds remaining and up 22-0. As we'll see, to try and get this down. They do have a couple timeouts remaining here in this first half, so if you can get a couple big plays down the field and punch another one on the board before halftime, that'd be huge. Here's a pass that is going to be intended for Lelm, and a little bit out of his reach. He was kind of twisting and turning to try and come back for that ball, but not going to end up in his hands. It'll make it a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, neither Nelson's deep balls here have been on target so far. We do have a flag on this play, but that was pretty well defended by Crookston. That's the play that burned Park Rapids 2, if not all 3 times for Lelm's touchdowns. I think it was the 2 big long ones. So they did a good job of staying disciplined there and sitting back so that Lelm he wasn't behind any defenders. Crookston had the farthest man back.
There's a penalty flag right near a little bit behind the line of scrimmage. And a flag going against the Nuggets. I didn't even see did they show what it was?
I haven't seen a signal yet either.
Okay, it's just a penalty. Yep. That's going to drop them back.
Must have been a hold because they're going back
10 yards.
So
okay.
We'll assume it was a hold on the left side of the line of scrimmage.
If you're playing at home, you can choose what penalty it was. 1st down and 10, 1st down and 20 is what it's going to be. I have no idea. I didn't see a signal at all. So, whatever. They cooked their pizza wrong. It's a penalty. Pass down the field. This is going to be intended for Lelm, and it's going to be picked off on the play by Romero, who was right in the spot he needed to be. And that will be a turnover against the Nuggets, their first of the night.
Yeah, that one hung up on Nelson and was off target to the inside of the field. That one's a lot closer to the hash marks than it needed to be, especially in a 2-minute situation there. You want to throw that football. If you're going to take a chance, you want to throw that football closer to the sidelines where the defender has very little chance to get it. It's either going to be Lelms or it's going to be nobody. So Nelson's going to have to figure out here at halftime with the deep ball if he gets another chance at it, which he's very, very capable of doing. Right now the defense is going to have to put up a 32-second stand here.
So Crookston will have it at the Hawley 41-yard line. Keep in mind they've got 2 timeouts remaining here in this first half. 22-0 Hawley with the lead and trying to keep the O on the board here at halftime. Larson putting on some pressure against the quarterback. Coet airs this one out, gets the reception to Lubinsky, and he's going to scoot his way in for a touchdown.
So blown coverage down there by Hawley to allow him to streak across. Somebody let their coverage go and it let him get behind. Also a big thing there was the left defensive end for Hawley took a swim move to the inside, allowing a right-handed quarterback to get out and extend the play to his strong side. I really like my defensive ends to contain, so unless anything was specifically called there in a time situation with 32 seconds to go, knowing Crookston's going to have to take a shot, I want to keep that quarterback in the pocket and collapse it down on him, not give him a chance to casually work his way out to his strong side.
41-yard touchdown pass, one-play drive is all it took. Handoff up the middle. Lubarski is going to be bunched up right at the line of scrimmage, and the two-point conversion is going to fail. So 21 seconds remain first half, and the Pirates able to put one on the board. 22-6, they trail the Hawley Nuggets on yourliveevent.com.
Market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Hi, I'm Tony Dalen, an Edward Jones financial advisor. Let's work together on an investment strategy for long-term results. While you can't control market volatility, you can control your financial future. Start by giving me a call at 701-893-5648. I'm Tony Dalen, an Edward Jones financial advisor. 701-893-5648. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Well, the Crookston Pirates needed to strike, and they did just that. It took them 11 seconds on one play, a 41-yard touchdown pass. Carter Coet to Tegan Lubinsky. Two-point conversion failed. 22-6 is the lead for the Hawley Nuggets. And we've got there's an injured player, too, for Crookston. I didn't realize that during the timeout right near the goal line that they are tending to right now. We'll hope for the best for him on that one as Crookston. God, just couldn't get anything going on the offensive side here tonight, but that was a nice pass by Carter Coet. He's 2 for 5 in the air, 74 yards passing on the 41-yard touchdown pass to Tegan Lubarski. Tate Hamry was his other reception that he had earlier on tonight, a 33-yard grab earlier in the second quarter. So Nuggets on their 3 scores here tonight. Noah Nelson is part of all 3. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns on 6 carries for 64 yards. Nelson 5 for 9 with 45 yards and a touchdown in the air plus an interception. The lone turnover against the Nuggets here tonight, as the injured player that was shaken up on the play was number 13, Rylan Lubarski, the tailback and also free safety defensively for Crookston, a junior on their team, able to walk off on his own power, but very slowly and hobbling on that side. So hopefully he's able to come back out.
Yeah, on the conversion, Blake Bigger made another nice play, getting rid of his blocker and coming and making a tackle there. And in the process, the guy that was shed looked to be underneath Lubarski a little bit there, and it was it looked like he got bent up a little bit.
So yeah, he'll have halftime at least to try and rest up a little bit and get himself back and ready to go for the final 2 quarters. And Lubarski has done some good things for them here tonight, too. He leads the way in terms of carries with 7 carries for 10 yards. Tegan Lubarski with 4 carries, 12 yards. Carter Coet, 4 carries for 10 yards on the Crookston side. Romero with a carry for 3 yards, and also had not necessarily a carry, but Daniel Hami for Crookston, minus 12 yards on a sack that ended up being on a punt situation. So Crookston will drop back to kick. 21 seconds to play first half. Stay tuned for our halftime report. We'll go through some stats here in the first 2 quarters of this one and get set for the final 2 quarters from Hawley tonight. Kickoff is going to be taken down that left sideline, and it's going to be knocking out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Lucas Skink, I believe, is the one that had that.
All right, 2 timeouts, 16 seconds here. This is the time potentially where you're going to look to set up a route combination on the first play that you can get on the second or the third play in this situation, knowing that you have timeouts in your back pocket. You don't have to take a huge chunk here right off the bat, but you can set some things up.
36-yard line is where the ball is going to be placed. First down and 10 for the Nuggets. So yeah, they've got opportunities, chances. Fired one down the field in the previous offensive series that resulted in an interception. Nelson fumbles this snap. He's going to regain that. He's going to try and get back up to the line of scrimmage. It's not going to work, though. He's going to be taken back to the 33-yard line is where he's going to be tackled. So a loss of a few on the play.
Just going to take this to halftime and go try to fix up the last few offensive possessions here for the Nuggets. A little bit of back to the drawing board, but overall some positive things in the first half. Just got to make sure they keep their focus.
Halftime score, Hawley 22, Crookston 6 on yourliveevent.com. Lakes Community Co-op bringing us our scoreboard here tonight. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more our halftime report after this.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends, and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
Respectful, responsible, safe, and kind. Those are the values taught by Hawley Public Schools. Hawley's PBIS team, Positive Behavior, Interventions, and Supports, aims to encourage a positive and respectful learning environment and uphold the social and emotional well-being of all students and staff. Learn more about Hawley Public Schools at hawley.k12.mn.us. Hawley Public Schools, preparing students for the challenges and opportunities of tomorrow. Lakes Community Co-op provides energy solutions. Farm fuels, lubricants, propane, and natural gas are all available to farms, homes, and businesses from Lakes Community Co-op. They enjoy working with their customers to meet your fuel and energy solutions. Call Lakes Community Co-op today, 1-888-935-2281 for farm fuel pricing, contract programs, farm lubricants, propane pricing, and delivery for farm, home, business, and natural gas service. Lakes Community Co-op, your co-op in your community.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Minnesota.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
Keep your job site stocked with reliable service from Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Our team specializes in everything concrete. That means hand tools and equipment, rebar of all shapes and sizes, concrete forming packages and ICFs, decorative concrete materials like color, stain, sealers, and coatings. And let's not forget our impressive fleet of winter construction equipment to keep the concrete flowing all year round. If you've got concrete questions, we've got concrete answers at Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Visit us today at any of our 6 locations.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com. Hawley Public Schools teaches over 1,000 students in grades kindergarten through 12. They do this in facilities that are either new or recently remodeled. These facilities are not only for Hawley students, but for adults, too. Hawley Public Schools offers community education classes in subjects like yoga and painting, plus adult basic education for those who want their GED or who study English as a second language. Hawley Public Schools, preparing students for the challenges and opportunities of tomorrow.
Soon enough, temps are going to drop low, and you'll be turning the heat up high. Protect yourself from surprising heating bills by enrolling in Wild Rice Electric's off-peak heating program. You'll receive hundreds of dollars in rebates on new heating technologies like heat pumps and underfloor heat. Plus, you'll get nearly half off your electric heating rate through the winter months. That adds up fast when the snow starts to fall. Give Wild Rice Electric a call at 800-244-5709 to find out if the off-peak program is a good fit for your home and start saving today.
Halftime here, 22-6. Hawley leading Crookston in high school football action. Let's take a look at some stats for the Nuggets after 2 quarters of play. They have a total of 24 plays from scrimmage, 15 carries for 106 yards total as a team, 45 yards on 9 pass attempts here tonight in the air for the Nuggets. As far as rushing goes, they are led by Noah Nelson, 7 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown. It's a 38-yard touchdown run back in the first quarter that he had. Lucas Skank, 7 carries, 36 yards, and 1 carry for 9 yards for Grady Hines. As mentioned, 15 carries for 106 yards rushing. Nelson was 5 of 9 in the air with 45 passing yards tonight and a touchdown. Also threw 1 interception as well. All 5 grabs coming from Levi Lelm. He had the receiving touchdown, which was a 12-yard touchdown pass. That was their first score of the night with 7:54 to play in the first quarter to get them on the board. The other scores, the 38-yard touchdown run by Nelson with 3:27 to play first quarter. The 2-point conversion was good to make it 14-0 at that point, as the extra point kick failed in that first touchdown of the night. Then an 8-yard touchdown run by Noah Nelson, with Nelson to Stoa for the 2-point conversion to make it 22-0 at that point, with 3:53 to play first half. Crookston was able to strike on a 41-yard touchdown pass from Carter Couette to Tegan Lubinski. The extra point kick, or 2-point conversion, was no good, made it 22-6, which is our halftime score here tonight. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll take a look at the Crookston stats and other team stats when we return on our halftime report after this.
Motors is proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer in Fertile. They've got a huge selection of new and used vehicles there on the lot. You can stop by and check the selection or go online to christianmotors.com or christiancarsonline.com. Your new vehicle is waiting for you at Christian Motors in Fertile. They are proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer. christianmotors.com, christiancarsonline.com. Stop and see the selection today. Christian Motors of Fertile.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Hi, I'm Tony Dalen, an Edward Jones financial advisor. Let's work together on an investment strategy for long-term results. While you can't control market volatility, you can control your financial future. Start by giving me a call at 701-893-5648. I'm Tony Dalen, an Edward Jones financial advisor. 701-893-5648. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
22-6, Hawley leading Crookston at halftime here. We looked at the Hawley stats before the break. Let's look at the Crookston Pirates stats here. Wow, man. All baffled here during halftime as we had to take a quick break. Let's see. The Crookston Pirates with 22 plays from scrimmage. At 74 yards in the air, 23 on the ground. Rylan Lubarski led in rushing, 7 carries for 10 yards. 4 carries for 12 for Tegan Lubinski. Carter Couette, 4 carries for 10 yards. 1 carry for 3 yards for Antonio Romero. And 1 carry for minus 12 yards for Daniel Hami. Crookston 17 carries, 23 yards rushing here tonight. Carter Couette 2 of 5 with a touchdown in the air, 74 yards, had an interception as well. The touchdown was a 41-yard touchdown pass to Lubinski. Hamry had the other 33 yards in receiving in this first half of play. Total yards for Crookston, 97 in the first half. The Hawley Nuggets with 151 yards total offense here tonight. As mentioned, 106 on the ground, 45 in the air. Nuggets 7 first downs, 2 for the Crookston Pirates. 4 penalties for 30 yards for Hawley here tonight, as Crookston with 1 penalty for 5 yards in the first half, and both teams with 1 turnover, both interceptions. 22-6 is the lead for the Hawley Nuggets over Crookston here on YourLiveEvent.com. Thanks for tuning into our coverage in the final regular season game of the year. Playoffs officially start up on Tuesday. We'll get the seedings and all that by the weekend. Sounds like even by tomorrow we should have that for 8AA football. Right now, Hawley's sitting at that 6th spot. With a win, they could jump up to the 4 or 5 potentially host, but it would take some scenarios here tonight for that to happen. So we'll see how things all pan out and how the QRF seeds them for the playoffs that begin next Tuesday. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Your second half is on the way next on YourLiveEvent.com. It's Hawley leading Crookston 22-6.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends, and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
Respectful, responsible, safe, and kind. Those are the values taught by Hawley Public Schools. Hawley's PBIS team, Positive Behavior, Interventions, and Supports, aims to encourage a positive and respectful learning environment and uphold the social and emotional well-being of all students and staff. Learn more about Hawley Public Schools at hawley.k12.mn.us. Hawley Public Schools, preparing students for the challenges and opportunities of tomorrow.
Well, nearing second half here as they reset a little more time to let the teams stretch out, loosen up before we get into that second half of play. Thanks for being with us for our coverage here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. Kurt filling with the broadcast call. Nathan Stoa, you've been hearing, bringing us the color commentary. He's also cross-country coach here at Hawley High School, too, and boys basketball as well, so he's not busy at all. That's kind of another way to put it. He's not here with me to talk about it right now, but we'll get some comments on that throughout the game, too, as they had their conference meet yesterday in Pelican Rapids. So some good things happening with the Hawley cross country throughout this fall as well that they've been succeeding with. A lot of PRs that they've been seeing. So fun to see the success that the cross country has had and some different sports that are offered here at Hawley High School as well. As mentioned, the Lost in the Valley Corn Maze and Pumpkin Patch running on Fridays through Sundays until October 29th. At the Red River Valley Fairgrounds in West Fargo. There's new activities this year with the jumping pillow, a trike track, playground, photo opportunities, and more. Dazed in the Maze for adults ages 21 plus is on October 27th. You can get your tickets, and for more information, go online to redrivervalleyfair.com as they've got the Lost in the Valley Corn Maze and Pumpkin Patch going on throughout the month. And I tell you what, weather hasn't been too bad throughout this this fall stretch. Had some rain here today, and the temps have been holding pretty steady in the 50s here in Hawley throughout the day, and still continuing to be that way tonight. It's turned into a beautiful night for some high school football, as we are currently at. Let me see if it'll pop up for me. 53 degrees here this evening, so looking like a pretty nice rest of the week. Nearing 70 on Friday and mid to upper 50s on the weekend without a look of rain here in the next few days. So should be nice to get outside and enjoy as much as possible throughout the fall months. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. Second half is on the way next with Hawley leading Crookston 22-6 You're listening to YourLiveEvent.com, powered by R&J Broadcasting Incorporated and Halstead Telephone Company.
Co-op provides energy solutions. Farm fuels, lubricants, propane, and natural gas are all available to farms, homes, and businesses from Lakes Community Co-op. They enjoy working with their customers to meet your fuel and energy solutions. Call Lakes Community Co-op today, 1-888-935-2281 for farm fuel pricing, contract programs, farm lubricants, propane pricing, and delivery for farm, home, business, and natural gas service. Lakes Community Co-op, your co-op in your community.
Hawley Nuggets will get set to tee it up here. They'll boot it away, and Crookston will have the reception to get things going in the second half. We'll see what that will bring on their offensive side, as they had obviously a big offensive strike there late in the first half. Under a minute to play, they were able to score. Other than that, not a whole lot going on the offensive side for the Pirates, so we'll see if that changes coming out at halftime. So a squib kick right down the middle. And is going to be taken near the 40-yard line. They'll just cover it up. Good play there. Good decision by number 4. I still don't have him on my roster list. So number 4 from Crookston. I apologize, but I was not provided your number.
His name. You got his number.
Excuse me. His name. That's what I meant. Yeah.
But either way,
Either way, he did a nice job.
Yeah, kicker covered that up. That time the ball hit the ground like I assumed Hawley wanted to do every time that they've driven this one there, but it was directly at him, so not a very difficult recovery, especially off the wet ground. The ball's not going to bounce as much, might skid a little bit, but won't take as big of a hop.
So Crookston will have it first down and 10 at their own 42-yard line. Shotgun formation. Trips left there going with a receiver off right, hand off, going straight up the gut, Lubinski. Bear hug there in the backfield, and then he's pushed forward by the defense of the Nuggets. They were trying to make that tackle, and they actually surged him forward up to the 46-yard line, so that's where it'll be placed, and that'll be a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, Jack Ames got there first, and then Blake Bigger came down the line of scrimmage and was able to make that an assisted tackle most likely there, but good energy showing out of Bigger throughout this entire game. He's really done a lot of good things on the interior of the Nuggets defensive line.
Second down and 6. It'll be for Crookston again. Trips left. Receiver off right is Miles Moore, who's come in for Crookston as a receiver here tonight in this formation. Snap goes over the head of Coet, scoops it up, and looked like he's gonna try and pitch it out, and said no. Probably not a good decision. He's going to be taken down at the 35-yard line. It'll be a loss of 11 on the play on that snap that went over the head of Carter Coet.
Yeah, he had a moment there, and again, you're talking about a high school quarterback here that's probably not throwing a ton of passes, but actually he was out of the tackle box significantly, way behind the line of scrimmage, and Hawley kind of went umbrella around him. Nobody really attacked him there once he picked the ball up. He had a chance to probably fire that one out of bounds just to get rid of it outside the tackle box, but held on to it and carved a few extra yards out.
Yeah, and I think that's one of those situations where it's kind of run for your life. You got guys so close to you, it's like just do whatever you can in the moment that you're thinking of. Coet dropping back the pass, pressure put on, has to scoot to that left side. He's rolling and rolling. He's get the pass, and he gets the completion, and it's fumbled on the play, and the Nuggets come up with it. Nuggets will get as it rolled out of there.
I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to say he's down. I don't know if his knees hit.
It was close.
It's going to be close. It was Stoa that came up to pop it loose while he was engaged with his tacklers. They are going to say Nugget football. That'd be an interesting one to watch back. But
it definitely would. I wish we had the ability to do the replay so we could go back on that and check it out. Because going full motion with everybody going helter-skelter out there, it's definitely tough to tell. But officials have a bird's eye view to check that out. It was a reception, good for 15 yards on that play, and then a fumble to drop it on that play. It was a reception by Parker Kelly, who got his first grab.
And that time, the Nuggets let the quarterback out of contain again, and this time to his weak side did a good job to flip his hips and deliver a good ball to his receiver.
So a fumble on the play results in the Nuggets getting it. Nelson going to keep it himself. Little spin move there as he got right to the first down and beyond. He gains 14 yards on the play and a Nugget first down.
We got Nelson down after that hit. And a matching Pirate down as well. Great run there and well blocked by it was Scott, not Scott Cluck. Scott Cluck played a long time ago. That was Sam Cluck that time that opened up that crease.
Yeah, so a couple players shaking up there. Some hard hits that were coming on that run by Noah Nelson. And the Pirate player up there, Vincent Herberg, was the one that was shaken up. He's able to walk off on his own power. They're still tending to Noah Nelson, who's down on this play, who's had a heck of a ball game. He's got 8 carries for 75 yards now, plus 5 of 9 in the air with 45 yards. He got 3 touchdowns, 2 rushing, and 1 passing here tonight. It's a 1st and 10 situation for the Nuggets, but more important is an injury situation as the officials and coaching staff and trainers will tend to Nelson. As we take a break, 10:01 to play third quarter. Hawley leads Crookston 22-6 on your Lakes Community Co-op scoreboard.
Got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Minnesota.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
Keep your job site stocked with reliable service from Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Our team specializes in everything concrete. That means hand tools and equipment, rebar of all shapes and sizes, concrete forming packages and ICFs, decorative concrete materials like color, stain, sealers, and coatings. And let's not forget our impressive fleet of winter construction equipment to keep the concrete flowing all year round. If you've got concrete questions, we've got concrete answers at Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Visit us today at any of our 6 locations.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com.
Back here at Dale Scholar Athletic Complex, Noah Nelson able to walk off on his own power, which is a great thing to see. Walking very slowly, as you can see, as he comes to the sideline, accompanied by head coach Peter Natz. And as mentioned, Nelson's had a heck of a ball game here tonight. He's well over 100 yards total offense, 75 on the ground, 45 in the air. 3 touchdowns for him, 1 passing touchdown, 2 rushing touchdowns. So we'll see Mark Schauer coming to the ball game for him as the shotgun formation at the quarterback position. 1st down and 10 at the Crookston 38-yard line. Taking it to the right side. Schauer slipped up a little bit there as he tried to scoot back to the right side, and it's going to be no gain on the play.
Yeah, he made the right read there. He had a little bit of a lane out there just in a wet spot, plus a little nerves to come in and take that first snap of this ball game. Mark took 2 series last week, no pass attempts last week, but did have some positive rushing yards in his time leading the offense in Warroad.
Yeah, Schauer does have some snaps here throughout the year, so he's got some experience. Probably not as much as you'd like to have coming in a situation like this, but still does have the experience, which is a good thing. 2nd down and 10. Back to pass. This one's going to be picked off on the play. Sliding in there to get it is Parker Kelly. An interception it is, and that'll give it back to the Crookston Pirates.
Yeah, again, the right read on that one, and we got a flag on this here coming in, but it was the right read. The ball got away from him and slipped up high. It's dead ball, and we're going to talk personal foul of some sort of situation here, whether it's a taunt or something else. So unsportsmanlike against Crookston.
So that's going to push them back as they had it at the 23-yard line is where they would have had it. Crookston 23. And this will drop them back 15. Is it 15 yards or is it? Oh, they're going to mark it off right now, so we'll watch them march.
So, yeah, it must have been – I'm guessing it was a taunt of some kind or most likely something said that was said a little bit too loud and heard out there. So it's half the distance of the goal, I'm guessing there, right?
Yep, that would put him down to the 12-yard line is where the ball is placed, so it ends up being a 10-yard penalty. So second penalty for 15 yards tonight for the Crookston Pirates. And yeah, that would be about the halfway point for them, so that's what it's going to be.
So Kylan,
first down and 10.
Kylan Lowe, I got to get my lows right. Yep, Kylan Lowe will continue to play at outside linebacker. He had snaps late in the first half in a couple different series as well, but he will be out there now in the spot that was previously occupied by Nelson at the right outside linebacker.
So instead of at their own 23, it'll be back to the 12-yard line is where Crookston will have it. They'll hand off of that left side for Lubarski, and Lubarski not a whole lot of running room there as he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
That time he had a couple guys flowing hard to ball carriers that didn't have it, so everybody's been covered up well as the quarterback did have the ball and didn't get out of there with it.
So second down and 10 for Crookston. They'll split off receivers on each side, 2 on each end. Shotgun formation for Carter Couette, who's been manning the ship here tonight for the Pirates in the quarterback position. Handoff goes to Couette's going to keep it himself. Nice fake on that play. Lubinski was right next to him. He shakes off a few, shakes off some more. Still on his feet on the sidelines as he's going to be pushed out of bounds at about the 30-yard line, but a big gainer there of 17 yards for Carter Couette.
Yeah, he just kept going. He picked up a key block there towards the end of the play. Nuggets got to get some energy back on defense. It's hard to watch your leader on offense get beat up a little bit there as he's walking. Nelson's walking around okay so far on the sidelines, but they got to get some juice and get some things going out there on defense, and I look for 22 Jack Ames to be the guy they look to make a big play here.
Third first down of the night for Crookston that was on that play. Sixth carry for 16 yards for Carter Couette, their quarterback, in the shotgun formation again with a new set of downs. Man coming in motion, Romero fakes the handoff to him. He'll take it up the middle. Carter Couette bounces it back to the outside. Didn't find any room there. Tries to find some down the right side. He's going to push his way forward, and he's kind of backpedaling on the play. Still going, and Nuggets trying to rip that ball loose. And Couette doing whatever he could to hold on to that football. He had guys on his arms, on his legs, and draped all over him. And he's able to power his way forward for a gain of 9 yards on what looked to be a busted play up the middle.
Yeah, hitting the first threat there, but angles and discipline there on defense were not being maintained. And then some guys running behind the play rather than keeping that effort and that energy to stay in front of the play and tackle low.
If you're a coaching staff, that's what you love to see out of your quarterback, or anybody for that matter that is carrying the football, to just keep on chugging, keep on going. If you don't find something, go to a different area, and that's exactly what Couette did on that last play. Handoff goes straight up the middle, and this time, again, nothing doing, and they couldn't bounce to the outside this time. It was Lubinski trying to get something going, and he's going to lose a yard.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Couette saw on that one. He's been the one having the most success there. That in the interior line of Hawley has been eating up the Crookston interior for the most part. So given that one might help keep him honest for a bigger play later, but wasn't maybe the right call there. I didn't see a whole lot to the far side of the field that Hawley had going for it on that play.
Third down and 4 it's going to be for Crookston. Shotgun formation, and they're going to jump. You got those two defensive tackles there. You get Blake Bigger, I think, stepped across there before any of the Crookston players jumped. They did right after Bigger came across the line, so an offsides penalty will be penalty number 5 for 35 yards tonight for the Nuggets, and that will give Crookston a first down.
Yeah, that's the side of your defensive line right there that jumped. That is also the most experienced and played the most downs of varsity football. So, got to look to your leaders and your most experienced players to hold their water in that situation. Crookston multiple times now tonight in a 5 or less to go has gone to the hard count, and they're winning that battle right now.
Caden Kopacek's a defensive end, and also in there Connor Kosmatka for the Hawley Nuggets up on that defensive line that have come in and giving some rest to a few other players as Carter Coet going to keep it himself on a 1st and 10. He's going to get 10 more yards for another first down.
Now, that should be a penalty against Crookston, but the flags are going to stay in the pockets. You are not allowed to hurdle a player in high school football anymore unless they are laying on the ground. So any active tackle being made low, you cannot hurdle that player anymore. It's a penalty on the offense, and that time it was, and it's new, but that time it was let go.
And that brings Crookston into Hawley territory at their 49-yard line, but they're marching 3 straight first downs on plays, including a penalty against the Nuggets. Snap goes to Coet, going to keep it himself again, brings it left side, still going and still going. He's got guys draped around him again, and he's still got another 12-yard gainer for the Crookston Pirates.
Coach Nats is pleading with his defenders to tackle low. He is absolutely pleading with the guys to stop trying to play the game up high and to tackle low.
4 straight first downs for the Crookston Pirates as they continue to march. 4:55 to play third quarter. They trail 22-6 to Hawley in this one. 22-6 was also our halftime score in favor of the Nuggets. 7th play of the offensive series coming up here for Crookston. That started with 9:04 to play in the third. Back at their own 12-yard line. 1st and 10. Coet barks it out. He'll fake the handoff. Pressure put on, and Blake Bigger rips him down on the play at the 45-yard line. A big loss. And that was Bigger with a big play there, a 7-yard loss.
There was something supposed to happen with that jet sweep motion that got both Crookston players got confused on, and the quarterback Coet just sat there with the ball as a statue, but nobody gave him any help up front on Blake Bigger as he was able to blast through the line. So this has got to be something that Hawley takes advantage of here if we want to see the tides turn here in this second half.
2nd and 17 it's going to be for Crookston after that. Sack on the play. Good job by Bigger again. He had that penalty, and boy, he's made up for it up on that defensive line. Here's Coet with the pass. Defenders slip their helm, and it's going to be Kelly with the reception. Pushed out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. So they'll gain about 15 yards on that play, but still about 5 yards behind the first down marker. And we got a penalty near the 50-yard line. This might be coming back.
Yeah, the only things that one can be are a hold or a hit on the quarterback. And I was watching the play downfield and didn't see anything in the backfield.
Yeah, it's going against Crookston. I just saw the official point that way. Let's see if there we go. Hold it is, yep.
So effectively, that's going to be about a 25-yard penalty if you think about from the spot of the foul and the fact that they were knocking on the door of a first down. So right now the Pirates are having a hard time getting out of their own way, but a lot of that hold can be said to have been created by some of the play by the Nugget down linemen here tonight.
So it goes down as a 10-yard penalty on that play, but like you say, with that reception that they had, would have been 15 more yards down the field on that grab by Kelly. So you wipe that out, plus you get the 10-yard penalty. 3 penalties for 25 yards tonight for Crookston. They've got a 2nd down and about a mile and a half. Coet will roll to the right side, looking down the field. Pressure behind him, airs this one out. It's going to be caught right at the original line of scrimmage. That's going to be a 17-yard gain on the play for Romero on the grab.
Containment, and that's keep the quarterback in the pocket. He wants to get out and move. He's a running quarterback. He's not necessarily going to stand in that pocket and pick you apart, but if you don't keep containment and keep that pressure to collapse him down, that is a long time for the defensive backs to have to cover.
3rd and 9 is what it's going to be for Crookston. 2 receivers split off to each end again. Carter Coet calls it out. Shotgun formation. He'll take it straight up the middle as the lead blocker, Lubinsky, plus his offensive line. That established momentarily but couldn't hold the blocks. The defense getting in there quick for the Hawley Nuggets. They will gain a few yards on the play. It'll make it a 4th down and about 6 yards.
That was 66. Blake Downer coming down the line of scrimmage and basically necktying. I mean, he grabbed him by the front of the shoulder pad, so there was no horse collar situation there, but also gave him about 2 extra yards of throwing him forward, as that's where the momentum was going on that play. Tackle a little bit lower when you come down the line of scrimmage, and you might keep him back another yard or so.
So 4th down opportunity for Crookston. They'll get him ready, get him set with under 2 minutes to play third quarter. 22-6 they trail. Back to pass. Coet airing this one out right down the middle. It's right to the receiver, Brevin Stoa. He's wearing the wrong color, though, for the Crookston Pirates. Stoa with his second interception on that fourth down situation and gets it right back to that line where it would have been a turnover on down. So you get some back there, but another nice look by Brevin Stoa on a pass that was intended for somebody that either did the wrong route or the quarterback had it off as to which route they were supposed to be going on.
Yeah, where he ended up in his coverage, it was basically catching a punt, and he came down with what is his 6th interception of the season, 2nd tonight. He's caught more passes from Crookston so far tonight than from his teammates.
That is true, as 1:35 remains in this third quarter. That was a long drive, almost 8 minutes for Crookston, and nothing to show for it on 10 plays as the Nuggets took over at their own 35-yard line. And the first handoff goes straight up the middle for Jack Ames. He'll gain 5 yards on the play. So Ames with his first carry of the night. Makes it a 2nd down and 5. Mark Schauer in place of Noah Nelson, who was injured earlier on in the quarter. Still hobbling on the sideline here. But he is walking and looking a lot stronger than what he was earlier, so that's good to see. But they want to rest him up and make sure he is good to go. As Skank will get the handoff, goes straight up the middle, and he'll gain a couple on the play.
Yeah, word coming from the sideline is we will not see 7 here back again tonight.
So 3rd down and a long 3 it's going to be for the Hawley Nuggets.
I'd really like to see that O-line just get a push here and stick to the run. I don't care if Crookston knows it's coming. I just want to see some juice from that O-line.
Shotgun, they'll hand it off. Nope, Schauer's going to keep it himself. He's got the first down and more. Crookston just jumping in there on the pile to try and take him down. Mark Schauer following right behind that offensive line. Like you say, that's going to be an 8-yard gain for Schauer.
And number 20, Jackson Skank, in there on the mix. He's a sophomore that's played mostly defensive back this year with a little bit of mop-up wide receiver. And he must be he's in Schauer's tight end position there as he's gone to quarterback, and he was helping lead the way.
So the 8th first down of the night for the Hawley Nuggets will be the final play of this third quarter and leave our score 22-6, the same as it was at halftime, in favor of the Hawley Nuggets on your Lakes Community Co-op scoreboard. Entering into the 4th quarter, final quarter of the regular season, coming up on yourliveevent.com.
Hawley Public Schools teaches over 1,000 students in grades kindergarten through 12. They do this in facilities that are either new or recently remodeled. These facilities are not only for Hawley students, but for adults, too. Hawley Public Schools offers community education classes in subjects like yoga and painting, plus adult basic education for those who want their GED or who study English as a second language. Hawley Public Schools, preparing students for the challenges and opportunities of tomorrow.
Soon enough, temps are going to drop low, and you'll be turning the heat up high. Protect yourself from surprising heating bills by enrolling in Wild Rice Electric's off-peak heating program. You'll receive hundreds of dollars in rebates on new heating technologies like heat pumps and underfloor heat. Plus, you'll get nearly half off your electric heating rate through the winter months. That adds up fast when the snow starts to fall. Give Wild Rice Electric a call at 800-244-5709 to find out if the off-peak program is a good fit for your home and start saving today.
Back into the 4th quarter we enter as it's going to be a pass to Lelm. Spin move. He's going to jump forward just beyond the 40-yard line. He will get the first down. That is going to be a 12-yard gain right starting out the 4th quarter.
Safer throw out of the timeout that the quarter brought, and that's something they talk about. What throw mark do you want to make? We want to move the ball down the field. What are you most confident in? Find Levi Lelm and let him go make a play on one of those extended handoffs.
So they move the chains again for the 9th time here tonight to the Hawley Nuggets. They get it at the Crookston 40-yard line. Stoa left, Liebach off to the right side. Shotgun formation for Mark Schauer, the quarterback. Fakes a handoff, drop back. This one going for Hines, left side. Scoots forward. He's got Carter Coet making the tackle. but not before an 8-yard gain on that pass.
I like that play call a lot right now just to get Shower some confidence. Doesn't have the arm that Nelson has as far as the deep ball goes, but Crookston still can't let one of the normal weapons behind, so Stoa runs basically just a go route and clears out the space for Hines to sneak out of the backfield in a nice, easy pitch and catch for from Shower to Hines.
Gives them a good option here, too, on a 2nd down and short. 2nd and 2 is what it's going to be for the Nuggets. With a couple of strong running backs back there in Lucas Skank and also Grady Hines. You got a wing up there, too, and Jack Ames back to pass. This one is going to be deflected, or it slipped through the hands, actually, the intended receiver, and it's going to be incomplete pass. Trying to get it to Ames on that play, and it was Parker Kelly right there defensively, but that one just kind of slipped through the hands of Ames instead.
Yeah, pretty good delivery. Had to put a little extra heat on that one, so it came at a good 80 miles an hour there, so to speak, and wasn't the big time fastball, but it was enough that with the slightly damp football right now and with Ames not normally running routes across the middle of the field where he's been hit, it was unable to be completed.
3rd and 2 for the Nuggets after the incompletion. Handoff goes to Hines. Slipped up there in the backfield again as he was trying to cut back into the middle. We've seen that quite a bit for both teams here tonight with those wet conditions. Makes it a little bit tough, especially when you're trying to make those quick cuts. He's going to lose one on that play.
Yeah, he most likely had the first down. I thought he was going to be able to gain the 30 there before he lost his footing. So right now they're probably in one of the most torn up areas of the field. In Pirate territory here. So 4th down here to kind of keep momentum and see if they can't put some points on the board.
4th and 3. Shower going to keep it himself up the middle, and he is going to be stopped on the play. Big defensive stop by the Crookston Pirates, and it's by one of their big men, Riley Helgeson, making the stop there for Crookston.
Yeah, again, tough for Shower to get his footing as he tried to cut around in there. So Nuggets unable to capitalize off of the turnover. Still have the Pirates deeper in their own territory, so field position for now is in Hawley's favor, but they're going to have to come up with a stop here. And they're rotating some more fresh bodies. I believe we have Rafael Sanchez-Velez now in at D-tackle.
So 1st down and 10 for Crookston at their own 34-yard line is where they're going to have this. Had a long drive that they had that stalled out on an interception. Their 3rd turnover of the night. That was an 11-play drive that they had earlier on. That went down the field but just didn't get into the end zone. Coet trying to get away from the defense. Working some time for himself. Fakes the pass, and now he's going to take it himself down the sideline. He's going to gain a few on the play. He ran about 45 yards on the play and ended up with a gain of about, I'll give him almost 5, about 5 yards. It'll be a 2nd down and 5.
Yeah, pressure was there from the down lineman Hawley has, but once again let him out of contain, and then when he was able to get out of contain there, he was able to pick up a peel back block that had it been thrown more viciously, I believe probably would have warranted a flag, but it was more or less a screen a guy off to get him out of the pocket there. But it's hard not to want to go get that sack, but containing a quarterback that's made his plays on the move can be imperative to helping your D-backs out.
2nd and 5 for Crookston at their own 38-yard line. Coet is going to be ripped down in the backfield again. Blake Bigger coming up with another big play behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, the last few snaps, along with the ones early in the game, have been incredibly slow getting back to Coet, and Bigger's got that pretty well timed out. So if Crookston wants to play some games here, it's time for a hard count to get him to have to contain himself a little bit, but he's seeing the ball there from his D-tackle spot, and his center's not giving his quarterback a whole lot of opportunity there with the changeup.
It's a 7-yard loss on that play. Will make it a 3rd down and 12 now for Crookston. Shotgun formation. Carter Coet will signal out the play. Back to pass. Airs this one out right side. Has Kelly as a receiver, but it slipped through his hands. Maybe throwing a little bit off the mark there near the sideline, but had to get it away from the defense that's been harassing their receivers here tonight. Liebach in the area. Brevin Stoa, as mentioned, has got a couple of interceptions here of the 2 of the 3 turnovers for the Crookston Pirates tonight. So incomplete pass, that one will be.
Yep, and he had him. He had a first down there if the ball was on target, as he's contained in the pocket that time, which means he had to go throw the ball across the field, a little bit more turf than normal. And it looks like they're not going to punt here, so Hawley may be looking at a timeout as they're leaving Midtoon, but he plays defensive back as well.
4th and 12 it's going to be. Coet has some time. A little shake and bake move there. Go to the right side, and he's going to be taken down.
There he is.
That is Midtoon. Look at that.
Give him some more PT, coaches. He can be out there, too.
He was telling him, hey, you were supposed to punt it to me. What are you doing?
But
and then he just makes a tackle.
Yeah,
how about that?
Hey, good job there by a lot of the Nuggets there. They didn't over-pursue. It was a down-and-distance situation, stayed patient, and then Midtoon had an opportunity to turn on the Jets, as he's one of the fastest people that walks through the high school on a daily basis. Him and Keith Hansen.
So a first down and 10 it's going to be for the Nuggets at the Crookston 33-yard line on a turnover on downs. And they try and go for it on a 4th and long. But being nearing the midway point of the fourth quarter, you do kind of have to go for it when you're trailing 22-6. Nuggets have held the ball pretty well on the offensive side. They'll hand it off to Levi Lelm as he was coming in motion on that play. Lelm not able to find a whole lot of room as he got all the way across the field. And maybe stepped forward for a short gain. It'll be a 2nd down and 10, so no gain on the play.
Yeah, jet motion and the little toss forward, which would have gone if it's dropped. There's no harm, no foul there, as that goes down as a pass, as there's not a direct handoff related. That's a pitch forward. Not quite the blocking on the edge that was necessary for Lelm to be able to get his footing and turn that up.
So 2nd and 10 it will be. The next opportunity for the Nuggets, they'll have a man in motion. Liebach, they'll hand it off to Lucas Skank as he came from the backfield. And Skank is going to be bounced around right at the line of scrimmage, and then he's able to spin forward for a very short gain. And it might have even stopped. It was right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play here for Lucas Skank.
Yeah, wasn't blocked particularly well, but Crookston's selling out right now for the run, especially with Shower in the game here and not proven to go downfield with the football. We also got to get ourselves off of that spot in the middle of the field.
Yeah, they've been literally stuck in the mud here, right around the 30-yard line on Crookston's side. Back to pass. Shower airs this one out. Liebach is incomplete. It was over the head as to the intended receiver, and he might have surprised himself with that throw, trying to get that ball down there.
We got one listener out there in Hawley, as Mr. Keith Hansen has come back with a rebuttal and says that he is clearly the fastest man in that building on a daily basis.
Speeding right through the hallways.
I hope the fire is enjoyable, Coach Hansen.
Incomplete makes it a 4th down and 10 for the Nuggets at the Crookston 33-yard line. That's where this drive started, with 8:44 to play, so just over a minute in this drive. They'll try on the 4th down conversion here, see if they can get something moving on this offensive series. Snap back, Shower airs it out again into the middle. Liebach, just a little overthrown again, off the mark and incomplete. That'll be a turnover on downs for the Nuggets.
Good job by Shower to step up in the pocket and remain calm. Didn't tuck it and run too early, and he had Zach Liebach streaking over the middle towards the post, but was unable to connect. Maybe needed a little more air underneath the ball.
So it'll be 7:15 to play in the game. Crookston will take over, 1st down and 10 at their own 33-yard line. Shotgun formation with 2 receivers split off to each side. In the backfield is Lubinski for the Pirates. Snap low, pitches it back out Lubinski. Lubinski trying to play cat and mouse in the backfield. Gets away from Bigger, but then plenty of time for the defense to get up there. Lucas Skank with the accompaniment of Kylan Lowe coming up with that tackle.
I'm pretty sure that shotgun snap just hit the center in his backside and popped it up, and did a good job to try to get it off to his running back there to keep it alive, and it's just too strung out, and the blocking is all off kilter at that point. And Lucas Skank, when he can come up, is a very sure tackler.
So a loss of 5 on that play for Tegan Lubinski. His 7th carry, technically, of the night. 10 yards he's got. We'll look at all the stats, name our stars of the game, part of the post-game report after the game. We'll chat with Peter Natz, head coach of the Hawley Nuggets, as they close out regular season play tonight. Coet almost taken down in the backfield. Now he is. Good job by Lowe to get in there, finished off by Bigger, and another big loss for the Crookston Pirates on that play.
Kylan Lowe came in there unblocked. Eyes got big as saucers, and he had an opportunity to pull down that big sack. Enough to make first contact, though, before his down lineman teammate Bigger was able to get there.
Pirates will take a timeout. They've got a 3rd and 21 when we come back. 22-6, they trail on the Lakes Community Co-op scoreboard. 6:03 to play in the game on yourliveevent.com.
Christian Motors is proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer in Fertile. They've got a huge selection of new and used vehicles there on the lot. You can stop by and check the selection or go online to christianmotors.com or christiancarsonline.com. Your new vehicle is waiting for you at Christian Motors in Fertile. They are proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer. christianmotors.com, christiancarsonline.com. Stop and see the selection today. Christian Motors of Fertile.
Halfway point of the 4th quarter. A 3rd and very long for the Crookston Pirates as they take their first of 3 timeouts here in the second half. They're still searching for their first win of the year. This is their only opportunity here. If they can get some quick scores late in this one, they trail 22-6. Nuggets 2-5 coming into this game, trying to close out with a few wins leading up to playoffs, and then we'll see how the seedings proceed to the QRF. See how it all calculates out tomorrow. How the
simply magic.
Magical formulates.
Nuggets need to hold their water up front, as when you're in Crookston situation here, you'll take 5 yards any way you can get it, and then you've got to stay disciplined not to fall for any trickery, hook and ladder type situations here.
Coet's 4 of 9 in the air tonight with a couple of interceptions. He's got a couple of big receptions, including a touchdown here tonight. He'll air this one out down the field, trying for the intended receiver. Stoll was trying for his 3rd interception out of his reach, as the intended receiver was Tate Hamry. He was just doing a fly route right down that right side. He was double covered, and Coet said, "Please get into his hands. Please get into his hands." Incomplete.
Yep, good cover. It was double coverage over there. I believe Levock and Stoa, and he's coming back to the huddle saying, yeah, of course I tried to bat that one down. They got 4th and forever, but no, we all know he tried to haul that one in.
Trying to do the Superman fly after that ball. One-hand it, tip it, whatever it takes. 4th down and 21 it's going to be here for Crookston.
Nothing to lose situation right now, winless on the year, so wind it up and try it again.
They'll snap it back. Coet doesn't have much time as he's going to be forced out of the pocket, looking right side. This ball's aired out again for the intended receiver over his head. This time it was intended for Romero. That'll be a turnover on downs on that incomplete pass.
And that time you absolutely have to not intercept that pass. If you got it, you bat that one down unless you absolutely must haul it in, as you're going to flip the field position and be inside the 25-yard line here, with Schauer coming back to captain this squad.
Nuggets will have it at the Crookston 21-yard line. It's been played between the Crookston 34 to 21-yard line for the last almost 10 minutes of game time. 1st down and 10 it'll be for the Nuggets. High formation this time under center is Mark Schauer. He'll hand it off, 2nd man through. That's Lucas Skank. Skank spins away and almost found a little bit of extra room there. Tackled from behind by Riley Helgeson.
Enjoy this when Helgeson stands up next to Skank there, and it's quite the size difference there, as Lucas was the hard runner and still falling forward on that play. But good play by the big fella from the Pirates there to stop that run after a pretty good gain for Hawley. Sitting right now, no reason to get too fancy. That's why they went to the I-backs. My concern right now, or something to keep an eye on, would be how many times have Kopacek and Schauer gone under center together in this short week.
They'll try it again here. I formation backfield, Hines in front of Skank. 2nd down and 4. Handoff goes to the first man through Hines, and he's going to be met by the Crookston defense right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Keep care of the football, ticking away under the 450 mark right now. Use your 40 seconds of time every play here, and see if we can't find 2 plays to get us about 4 yards.
Yeah, they're definitely taking as much of that time as they could in the huddle, and you can see the same thing here. Slowly coming out.
Yeah, be composed. Use the clock. We could still burn another 20 seconds if necessary here. We're up there a little bit quick. More than anything, composed and learn a situation that could benefit you in the playoffs.
Pitch out to the right side. Skank, this is going to be. Finds some room momentarily, and it was collected on pretty quick by those white jerseys. So not allowing a whole lot there. It's going to be a short gain. Maybe a couple yards on that play will give to Lucas Skank, make it a 4th down. And a long 2.
And I can't tell you what the footing is. Lucas is going to know better than the rest of us on that one, but he had Grady Hines coming in there as fast as Grady could to try to lay a block to spring him from the fullback spot. A little stutter step or something there to set that block up might have been just enough to spring him towards the 1st down marker. Either way, clock's still running, and now we're going to get up there with a little less than 10 on the play clock this time.
So 4th down and 3 is what it's going to be marked as here. Shower under center. Barking it out, taking it right down to the 1 second mark, and that is when Hawley will take a timeout. 3:29 to play in the 4th quarter. 22-6. Lakes Community Co-op scoreboard. Hawley leads Crookston in football action on yourliveevent.com.
Concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Hi, I'm Tony Dalen, an Edward Jones financial advisor. Let's work together on an investment strategy for long-term results. While you can't control market volatility, you can control your financial future. Start by giving me a call at 701-893-5648. I'm Tony Dalen, an Edward Jones financial advisor. 701-893-5648. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
4th and 3 out of the timeout. Nuggets will have it deep in Crookston territory at the 13-yard line is where this ball is going to be placed. So not a whole lot on the offensive side here in the second half, Mr. Stoa. No scores between these two teams. It all happened in those first 2 quarters.
Yeah, it's happened. It happened early. Hawley's defense is stiffened up. Good job. I mean, big time plays by Blake Bigger and other guys in the down linemen for Hawley. And not enough on offense. Got a lot of guys standing in street clothes and injured on the sidelines here.
High formation. They'll go to Skank. Skank is going to be met quickly by Carter Coet. Flexing the muscle after that play for Crookston, and a turnover on downs. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's number 5 in a row between the two teams. Turnover on downs.
Yep. No reason to get to chance some sort of pick six or anything like that. Really, I don't mind the run play. Lucas spun his tires a little bit on the turf as he was going to get going. Real big problem, obviously, was the fact that the blitz came and wasn't picked up from the left side of the Nugget O-line. But you're protecting a 2-score lead here. Crookston's got to go the length of the field. There's really no reason to do anything risky there. I like the play call. They've been running pretty hard, but Lucas spinning his tires and there's one guy not picked up, ready to make a play.
Timeout here for Crookston. 3:25 to play in the game. 22-6. Hawley leads Crookston on your Lakes Community Co-op scoreboard. We'll come back with more from Hawley right after this.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends, and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
Back here at Dale Scholarhood Athletic Complex, closing this one out here tonight. Hawley trying to hang on and get the victory and end their regular season with a 3-5 record. Crookston trying to get some kind of offense rolling, some big plays they need here late in this ball game as they trail by a couple of scores.
There's a really clean uniform in the backfield.
Many dirty ones as Coet going to keep it himself. He scoots to the outside, finds some room. Good running there by Carter Coet once again. He's done a very nice job in that quarterback position here tonight for Crookston. He's going to gain 13 yards. That's his 15th carry tonight for 45 yards.
Really like to see Hawley, just the down lineman here now in these situations where we're talking time and score situations, more important than even down and distance at this point. Just commit to containing Coet in the pocket and collapse that pocket down on him, but create it first so that he can't escape. He's made some nice plays when he gets to escape, and that's a lot tougher, like I said, in these conditions where the defensive backs don't know where the wide receivers are going, and gives them a chance to stay in their coverage.
Same formation they'll go back into on a 1st and 10. Back to pass. Coet looking down the field. We got a penalty flag flying. And he'll throw this one as he had some pressure put on, and we've got another penalty flag coming out as the result.
So you're going to get a hold and an intentional grounding, which with the loss of down, I believe the intentional grounding would be your better play here, unless the only thing that could have come in differently there was if Mr. Bachman, as the white cap over there, saw a horse collar, but we were a long ways away to see how he was brought down. But the football did come out of there as if he threw it, so...
They are conferring over at the sideline over there. So, yeah, you see the penalty flag right near the play where you'd see the hold on this end. And then on that far end is where the question would be as to how that's going. We got 2 penalties, holding against Crookston and a personal foul against the Nuggets.
So either a horse collar or he was already out of bounds. There's either one of them would be personal fouls, but I believe you're going to get him offsetting regardless.
And Coach Nats, I think, was questioning what was going on or what was the penalty on that play. And like you say, I mean, we're way on the other side, so it's hard to see from this side. Officials have the view right in front, so still discussing that with Coach Nats here on the near sideline. So they will offset on that play, and we'll just try it down again on a 1st and 10.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the explanation was there. I was trying to read the charades game that was being played. But no matter what,
Are the officials saying we're going to go with a moving the football on one of these penalties, or now it's unsportsmanlike? Is that additional, or is this?
Well, so I'm not.
Penalty?
I don't think anything should change based on whether it was live ball or dead ball. It should just be penalty against both sides, and we're going to do her again, right?
One would think. Well, that's why I'm in the box, not down there.
I think Mr. Lofgren, if he was in charge of the music tonight, would get us the Law and Order music at this point. Potentially Jeopardy.
I was going to say I'd throw it on here, but there's probably copyright legalities and stuff that we don't want to get in the mix on.
Right. I'm guessing that because it was potentially after the play, that's the hold, and now they're going to walk forward.
Oh, so they're saying a penalty that's going to bring them.
This is the only reason to walk off anything right now. So now we're going to walk back, and it's going to be, what, 1st and 5?
They're marking it off from basically where they say the penalty was against the Nuggets and marking it 15 yards forward. So, yeah, it's going to be a 1st down and 5.
It'd be interesting to get an
Not
explanation.
Confusing at all.
No, it'd be interesting to get an explanation on that one, but it must be what I'm missing must be the fact that it came after the play was officially done. So
it'll be the 6th penalty for 50 yards tonight for the Nuggets. All right. So it'll be a first down and 10 is what it's going to be. It'll give them their 7th first down of the night.
Getting some views from the other side of the field over there and their thoughts on the penalty. They're just as confused as we were.
Yeah, that took a while. Took a lot of breath out of everybody and just a lot of confused looks. Trying to air this one out, and it's going to be intended for Romero. Romero was looking for a penalty flag on that play, but that was just good defense right in his face. And that ball was overthrown. Incomplete pass. It'll be a 2nd down and 10.
Again, just that containment issue that Hawley has happened with Morris. It happened at times, but was better with Timmy Guler. And now it's happened tonight with Cowett. It's a lot of time for defensive backs to cover if you let these mobile quarterbacks out of the pocket. And the big plays that Crookston has had downfield are the plays that he's been able to move.
This drive started with 3:25 remaining in the game. We're at 3:05 left. Feels like it started about 48 minutes ago. Shotgun formation. Back to pass. Cowett looking downfield. Pressure put on once again. He's going to have to go to the right side. He's got a nice run, and you give him some space to run. He can turn on the jets, and he did just that. And was eventually pushed out of bounds on that play. But he was able to make her close to the 40-yard line, and that's going to be a gain of about 6 on the play, make it a 3rd down and 4.
Yep, that time the left end to let him outside of containment there, and he was able to get free. And so now we've got a little rotation coming in as Caden Kopacek will come back in and give his shot at containing the quarterback in the pocket.
So 3rd and 4 it will be for Crookston. 2:53 remaining in the game. Thanks for hanging with us here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com as the Nuggets doing the same, trying to hang on and get the victory. 22-6 they lead in their final regular season game of the year before playoffs kick off next Tuesday at the higher seeds. Cowett rolling right side again off that pressure and opens up some space down the field. He's able to hold that ball forward, and he might have stepped out of bounds before he got to that first down marker. It looks like he did.
Once again, got outside to the contain to his strong side. That time Jack Ames came on a middle linebacker blitz. But now you've got 4th and short here for Crookston to continue their efforts to cut into this Nugget lead.
And Cowett just really taking control here in this offensive side for Crookston. He had 4 carries for 10 yards in the first half. He's got 17 carries in the game, so 13 carries in the second half. He's up to 54 yards on the ground tonight, along with his 96 in the air. 4th down and 1 for Crookston. Cowett will keep it himself. He's got the first down, and he's pushed forward for an extra yard. He needed 1. He got 2. First down for the Pirates.
Yep, straight quarterback power to the left side there. Find their big fella, 77. I got to get a double check on his name, but Helgeson there. He was blowing open holes last year for current UND Fighting Hawk Ethan Bowl, and so he's still doing his work there in the trenches, and he's the guy that they obviously count on to run behind in big situations.
Yeah, he's in that left tackle situation. It started as left guard here tonight for Crookston. Back to pass. Cowett airs this one out, intended for Romero. No, that is Hammer. He gets the grab, and he's going to get the first down and more, taken down at the 38-yard line. Nice job.
Cowett's going to be down as 76. Alex Paulson came in there and got a big lick on him on the backside. So impressive he was able to complete that play from the pocket, which is something he hasn't done so far. But he's going to be able to stay in the football game. I don't know that. Oh, yeah, he did. They did stop the game for him here as hopefully it was just a situation where he had the wind knocked out of him, because that was your typical blindside hit on a quarterback.
So another first down, the 9th of the night for Crookston. They're moving the football here with 2:07 to play in the game. That was a 17-yard reception from Cowett to Tate Hamry, and that gets him over 100 yards on the game passing.
So Crookston has a choice here. They could take a timeout to see if he's able to stay on the field and stick with your regular quarterback, but they're gonna roll with it here. They've given some direct snaps to number 17 Lubinsky throughout the game, or at different moments in the game, but he'll be the one to come in right now and be in the shotgun.
So Lubinsky at quarterback. First down and 10 at the Hawley 37-yard line is where the ball's marked down. 2:07 to play in the game. Snap goes. Lubinsky straight up the gut. He's going to take it. Waits for those blockers to establish. Does a nice job of being patient and gets him some extra room in doing so. And that'll get him a gain of about 4 yards. And we got a late flag coming in here. We'll see what this is going to bring us.
There's some extra jawing and some extra activity going on.
Go figure.
Out here at this point.
Second down and 6 on sportsmanlike.
Against Hawley.
Going against the Nuggets. Yes. Been not only a physical game, but yeah, you can definitely tell there's some
at this
chippiness between the two teams.
Right, and if at this point, if you're Hawley, just keep your lips together and make plays here and get out of this thing with the win. Don't make anything easier right now. But that's a free 15 to the team that's desperately running out of time here and playing against the clock with only one timeout to stop it, and you just gave them a freebie.
Gives them more great opportunity here. Like you say, first down and 10. It's going to be inside the 20-yard line for Crookston now. 7th penalty for 65 yards for the Nuggets. Back to pass. Coet looking downfield. Coverage there. Ball is going to be caught on the play and pushed out of bounds. Romero coming up with the grab there. And he is going to gain about 14 yards on that play and another first down for Crookston.
Be just outside the 5-yard line here in a goal-to-go situation. Again, Coet comes back into the game, and he's able to escape the pocket. That time, Colin Larson stayed flat on his containment instead of coming up the field, and still Coet was able to get outside.
So 1:38 to play in the game. Shotgun formation. First down and goal now at the 6-yard line for Crookston. Trying to capitalize on the penalty situation and also their offense that they've been creating right up the middle. Coet tries to force his way in. He's going to be stuffed on the play at about the 1-yard line, so a gain of 5 on the play, but couldn't get in for the score.
I'm not sure what's going on out there, but we just allowed a back judge just allowed play going into the high jump pit. So that's something that also can get cleaned up out there as well, or the high jump area. But good play there to stick by Hawley, and Crookston's going to have to burn their final timeout with 90 seconds to go.
So a timeout. Lakes Community Co-op scoreboard, 1:26 to play in this one. Hawley trying to hang on and come away with the win. 22-6 they lead on yourliveevent.com.
Respectful, responsible, safe, and kind. Those are the values taught by Hawley Public Schools. Hawley's PBIS team, Positive Behavior, Interventions, and Supports, aims to encourage a positive and respectful learning environment and uphold the social and emotional well-being of all students and staff. Learn more about Hawley Public Schools at hawley.k12.mn.us. Hawley Public Schools, preparing students for the challenges and opportunities of tomorrow. Lakes Community Co-op.
So less than 90 seconds to go in this one. Nuggets with a 2-score lead. Crookston having to take their final timeout of the second half here.
Weird spot.
They got stuffed.
Interesting spot here for the Pirates. They clearly right now, this is a great opportunity for them to go with that quarterback power or, things that have gotten them success. But if they don't score, that's going to waste away a lot of time getting reset. So I would expect them to go to the air with this and potentially roll Coet out to his strong side.
At the 2-yard line is where the ball is placed. Coet takes the snap, going to try and take it right up the middle, bounce to the outside, dives in for the score. Crookston puts another score on the board with 1:24 to play in the game as they'll try for the extra points here in just a moment, but they cap off a 7-play drive that started with 3:25 remaining in the game on a 2-yard run by Carter Coet.
Yep, went quarterback power, did it right behind Helgeson on the left side of the line there, and I'm not sure Helgeson truly really engaged with his guy, but there wasn't any activity by the right side of the defensive line that was going to force Coet to get off of his path that he was on to the end zone.
So a big play here on the 2-point conversion for Crookston as they trail 22-12. They need it. Coet looking into the end zone. He's going to keep it himself. Tosses into the end zone. Gets the grab. It's good. Crookston gets the 2-point conversion to Romero. Keeps the feet in bounds on a quick toss there by Carter Coet to make it 22-14 in favor of the Nuggets with 1:24 to play in the game on your Lakes Community Co-op scoreboard. We're back with more from Hawley right after this.
Energy Solutions. Farm fuels, lubricants, propane, and natural gas are all available to farms, homes, and businesses from Lakes Community Co-op. They enjoy working with their customers to meet your fuel and energy solutions. Call Lakes Community Co-op today, 1-888-935-2281 for farm fuel pricing, contract programs, farm lubricants, propane pricing, and delivery for farm, home, business, and natural gas service. Lakes Community Co-op, your co-op in your community.
We are down to a one-score game here with 1:24 remaining. Crookston, no timeouts remaining. Hawley's got a couple timeouts left in this ball game, but a 7-play drive put together by the Crookston Pirates with a little assistance from the Hawley Nuggets here tonight that included a 15-yard penalty after a play. That got him even farther down the field, so some costly mistakes, some costly situations we've seen throughout this game, and Crookston trying to capitalize now, and they'll come out and you would assume an onside kick with the 1:24 remaining.
Hawley's got their hands team out there, all small numbers except for center Caden Kopacek, who is former tight end Caden Kopacek, so he is out there on the hands team with Lucas Skank deep. So you got your starting receivers and corners on the front line up there, with your returners and middle guys in the on that second line.
Number 4 for Crookston will tee it up. He'll remain nameless because he's not on my roster list. Kick is on the way, needs to go the 10 yards. I don't think it's going to make it. Nope. That's not going to go. Started at the 4.
Started at the 40,
they just stood there and waited.
That was awesome. I thought the kid was going to try to pick the ball up and just touch it off somebody from Hawley's arm and just see if he could get away with it. But a little bit of comedy in there. But yeah, the right attempt there, just not going to get a whole lot off the soft turf, and it probably wasn't the best angle needing to get to that 10 yards. But good discipline by the front line of Hawley there, not to come up and try to be a hero, but to make sure that the ball had gone its 10 yards before attempting to cover it up, and it never got there.
Maybe worked if you were playing NFL Blitz or something like that back in the day.
There's a lot of things that worked in Blitz back in the day that better not work in real life.
You could go around the back and push them in the back and throw them onto the ball, you know. So all they'll have to do is kneel on it with Crookston, no timeouts remaining. And the Nuggets just hold on to the football, too. You never know what could happen on a snap in these situations.
Yep, run the play clock down and secure the snap and get out of here and find out who you play on. Find out tomorrow at some point who you play on Tuesday and start to prepare.
So the Nuggets, despite not scoring here in the second half, had some good fire in that first half to get them points on the board, and able to only allow 8 points here in the second half. And will come away with the victory here in their last regular season game. One more kneel will do it. So that will be the final score. 22-14 on your Lakes Community Co-op scoreboard. Crookston will end the regular season winless at 0-8 going into the playoffs next week. And the Hawley Nuggets will close out their regular season 3-5 with the win here tonight. You'll wipe away those records on Tuesday night. Everybody will be 0-0 going into playoff time on Tuesday evening. Stay tuned. Our post-game report will be coming your way. We'll name some stars of the game. We'll chat with Mr. Peter Nats, head coach of the Nuggets, about the season and about the playoffs ahead, and recap with some stats and information. All coming up in the victory for the Nuggets, 22-14 over Crookston in Section 8 AA football tonight on YourLiveEvent.com.
A math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Minnesota.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
Keep your job site stocked with reliable service from Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Our team specializes in everything concrete. That means hand tools and equipment, rebar of all shapes and sizes, concrete forming packages and ICFs, decorative concrete materials like color, stain, sealers, and coatings. And let's not forget our impressive fleet of winter construction equipment to keep the concrete flowing all year round. If you've got concrete questions, we've got concrete answers at Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Visit us today at any of our 6 locations.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com. Hawley Public Schools teaches over 1,000 students in grades kindergarten through 12. They do this in facilities that are either new or recently remodeled. These facilities are not only for Hawley students, but for adults too. Hawley Public Schools offers community education classes in subjects like yoga and painting, plus adult basic education for those who want their GED or who study English as a second language. Hawley Public Schools, preparing students for the challenges and opportunities of tomorrow.
Soon enough, temps are going to drop low, and you'll be turning the heat up high. Protect yourself from surprising heating bills by enrolling in Wild Rice Electric's off-peak heating program. You'll receive hundreds of dollars in rebates on new heating technologies like heat pumps and underfloor heat. Plus, you'll get nearly half off your electric heating rate through the winter months. That adds up fast when the snow starts to fall. Give Wild Rice Electric a call at 800-244-5709 to find out if the off-peak program is a good fit for your home and start saving today.
Christian Motors is proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer in Fertile. They've got a huge selection of new and used vehicles there on the lot. You can stop by and check the selection or go online to christianmotors.com or christiancarsonline.com. Your new vehicle is waiting for you at Christian Motors in Fertile. They are proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer. christianmotors.com, christiancarsonline.com. Stop and see the selection today. Christian Motors of Fertile.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Hi, I'm Tony Dalen, an Edward Jones financial advisor. Let's work together on an investment strategy for long-term results. While you can't control market volatility, you can control your financial future. Start by giving me a call at 701-893-5648. I'm Tony Dalen, an Edward Jones financial advisor. 701-893-5648. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
Back here in our post-game report, the victory for the Hawley Nuggets 22-14 in this one tonight. Let's go through the stats and information for you here tonight, and the victory for the Nuggets as they close out regular season play. Ended this game 209 yards total offense, 144 on the ground, 65 in the air. Lucas Skank, 12 carries, 49 yards for the Nuggets, 1 carry for 5 yards for Jack Ames. They were led by Noah Nelson as far as yards go, 8 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown on the ground. Levi Lelm with a carry for no yards. Grady Hines, 3 carries, 8 yards, and Mark Schauer, 3 carries for 7 yards here tonight. 29 carries, 144 yards on the ground. In the air, they were 7 of 15 for 65 yards and a touchdown. Noah Nelson was 5 for 9 with 45 yards. And the touchdown here tonight also threw an interception. And then Mark Schauer going 2 for 6 for 20 yards in the air. here this evening. So 209 yards total offense. Lucas Skank, 6 carries, 6 grabs for 57 yards, and the touchdown as far as receiving goes, and Grady Hines with the other catch for 8 yards here tonight. As for the Crookston Pirates, they had a total of 215 yards of offense, 88 on the ground, 127 in the air. Rylan Lubarski, 8 carries, 10 yards. Tegan Lubinsky, 8 carries, 14 yards. They were led by Carter Coette, 20 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown. Antonio Romero, 1 carry for 3 yards, and it was 1 carry for minus 12 for Daniel Hami. On the 38 carries for 88 yards rushing here tonight. As far as passing, 6 of 13 from the air, all from Carter Coette. 127 yards and a touchdown plus 2 interceptions in this one this evening. Receiving was Antonio Romero, 2 grabs for 31 yards. Tate Hamry, 2 carries for 50 yards. 1 grab for 41 yards and a touchdown for Lubinsky, and 1 grab for 15 yards for Parker Kelly. Crookston ends their regular season 0-8. The Hawley Nuggets end their regular season at 3-5 with the victory here tonight. Nuggets 9 first downs compared to Crookston's 11. 7 penalties for 65 yards for the Nuggets, 3 for 25 for Crookston. 2 turnovers against Hawley, 3 against Crookston here this evening. An interesting matchup here tonight. It was Mr. Stoa in that first half. A lot of explosiveness, a lot of energy we saw, and then that second half just kind of stalled out, and I'm sure you can kind of add part of that to the injury situation with Noah Nelson, who was having a very, very nice game here this evening before that injury came about in the third quarter.
Yeah, Noah's only struggles really early in the game were the 2 deep balls, and one of them led to the interception. He was a little off target on those. Otherwise, he was running the ball incredibly effectively, which means, the blocking was there, but he was very aggressive, and and you take that 6'5" athletic frame with good speed, 4x400 meter state, speed. You got a lot of things that you can do with that, and he was really turning the ball up the field and being aggressive with it. So yeah, unfortunate there. We got a lot of guys right now that are standing on the sidelines without without uniforms on, or without pads on right now. So those things keep mounting, unfortunately, for Hawley at this point. So being a little bit more conservative in the second half, along with the turnover off of the interception that came in the second half, those things kept Hawley off the scoreboard. The positives were Crookston really didn't get anything going at all until the last drive, where they did put they were kind of in emergency situations, and they were trying to basically hurry up and get some points on the board. They really didn't get anything going until that moment, and a lot of that too can be corrected for Hawley with just containing the quarterback and keep trying your best, more than your best to keep him in the pocket at that point, because there's a lot of plays in sports, whether it's basketball or football, where you don't have to get a counting stat in order to have made a play and done your job. And Coette, along with Morris a few weeks ago, and Guler really hurt the Nuggets at different times when they are able to escape the pocket and use their athleticism and their arm.
A good momentum boost, though, for the Nuggets to go into playoffs and breaking a 4-game losing streak. They'll face whoever they face. Whatever. We'll find out what that's going to be here in the next few days as far as the seedings go. So regardless, though, you got to beat those teams at some point. So it starts in that first round, whether you're on the road, whether you're at home. It doesn't matter. You just need to go out and play the games. And I think I know that's what Coach Nats has kind of preached with these kids and told them about, is you just need to come out with energy every single game, regardless of who you're playing, where you're playing, and how long the road trip is. It doesn't really matter. You just need to come out there energized every single night.
Yeah, you got to be prepared. You can't take anything lightly, and in a game like football, a contact sport like this, hockey, whatever it might be, the moment you take somebody lightly, this is a time that they sneak up and beat you, but it's also a time where you're less protected because you're less focused on what you're doing, and bad things can happen for you in that situation too. So good momentum for Crookston going into the playoffs. They're most likely going to have that matchup with Barnesville, though, which is obviously a pretty big mountain to climb, but they found some positives here, especially scoring on that last drive of their last drive of the regular season. So some things to build off of for them, but really impressed by their quarterback play tonight. And then the big lineman, Mr. Helgeson there, had some key blocks that helped spring some things. So Hawley, on the other hand, they're going to be looking at, it's going to be a trip to Park Rapids or potentially, Warroad, Frazee, whatever the mix might be. So get prepared for a few different things, but find out tomorrow what happens most likely.
Mr. Stoa, appreciate the time here as always and getting a chance to do some games with you here. We'll see. I don't know if there's a possibility of a home game next week or not, but we'll find out. And if there is, we'll see you next week. Otherwise, appreciate the work throughout the season again.
Absolutely. It's always fun to come up here. No one's ever told either of us that we can't talk. So
that's right.
Might as well talk to each other and whoever dares listen.
Yeah, there were listeners, at least according to the stats on here. So
well, and I know that
Phantom.
We know that Keith Hansen was listening as well. And when you get that guy listening, you've really hit your target market.
Yep, you've made it in the big times.
Coach Nat's coming in saying must have been riveting if Keith Hansen's giving you his attention.
That means Coach Nats will be coming up next on our post-game report and the victory for Hawley 22-14 over Crookston. Finishing off regular season play tonight. We're back with more on the post-game report right after this.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
Respectful, responsible, safe, and kind. Those are the values taught by Hawley Public Schools. Hawley's PBIS team, Positive Behavior, Interventions, and Supports, aims to encourage a positive and respectful learning environment and uphold the social and emotional well-being of all students and staff. Learn more about Hawley Public Schools at hawley.k12.mn.us. Hawley Public Schools, preparing students for the challenges and opportunities of tomorrow. Lakes Community Co-op provides energy solutions. Farm fuels, lubricants, propane, and natural gas are all available to farms, homes, and businesses from Lakes Community Co-op. They enjoy working with their customers to meet your fuel and energy solutions. Call Lakes Community Co-op today, 1-888-935-2281 for farm fuel pricing, contract programs, farm lubricants, propane pricing, and delivery for farm, home, business, and natural gas service. Lakes Community Co-op, your co-op in your community.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Minnesota.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
Keep your job site stocked with reliable service from Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Our team specializes in everything concrete. That means hand tools and equipment, rebar of all shapes and sizes, concrete forming packages and ICFs, decorative concrete materials like color, stain, sealers, and coatings. And let's not forget our impressive fleet of winter construction equipment to keep the concrete flowing all year round. If you've got concrete questions, we've got concrete answers at Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Visit us today at any of our 6 locations.
Back in our post-game report, let's get into our post-game coaches' comments. Peter Nats, head coach of the Hawley Nuggets, joining us after the victory to close out regular season play against Crookston on Wednesday evening, 22-14, and that came pretty much right down to the wire here. He had that 22-6 lead at halftime, had some really good things going in that first half. Came out with a lot of energy, which was a good thing to see, especially having to bounce back after 4 straight and some very close, extremely close games that you guys have had, just unable to close them out. Mere comments after this one tonight.
It's a win. It's a win, Kurt, and we needed this more than anything. It didn't matter if it was by 1, 2, 6, 8, 4, 14, whatever. It didn't matter. We just needed a win, and we had 10 kids in street clothes. Jerseys and jeans don't make for really successful football teams, and we just got drilled by the injury bug this year, and we had 10 kids, 10 kids and actually an 11th one that wasn't able to make it tonight. So that's too many kids on the sidelines wearing sneakers instead of cleats. So, but you know what? We got to win. We persevered. Our kids played well, and it's about the kids, and it's about having another opportunity. And nothing's guaranteed now. We got one practice, and then we got a game, and nothing's guaranteed. You better take advantage of your opportunities.
Yeah, exactly. I mentioned that right after the game that you end the season 3-5, and Crookston goes 0-8 in the regular season. But at this point now, after tonight, it's 0-0. Everybody's at the same level. Everybody is, like you say, it's you either win or you're going to be done for the season. So, a thing to think about. But taking some positives out of tonight, what would they be as far as the way that you saw the team perform here this evening?
Our running game got better. We ran the ball really well in the first half. We did most things really well in the first half. They made some nice adjustments in the second half and slowed us up and got in the way and stopped us. And they got some things going on their own. Another thing that taken away from this, we're not playing very good pass defense right now, and but when you have, I don't know how much better we can play our pass defense, but we got to get a better pass rush and keep that quarterback, no matter who it is, in the pocket and keep him contained and not let him go out and run around forever and buy time and get big yards on scrambles and get it. Honestly, it's hard to cover a kid for 6 seconds. It's hard to cover a kid for 4 seconds. Mm-hmm. So we're asking a lot of our kids, but they came up with more passing big plays tonight than I think they probably had all year.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Carter Coette, boy, he does a nice job in the backfield for Crookston to take control of their offense, and showed that here tonight on the road against you guys. And yeah, like you say, you let a kid do that and just kind of run around free. Eventually, he's one that had speed that can really break things through, and he showed that here tonight, kind of leading his team right back into the game here at the end.
And we couldn't tackle him. He has the speed, but he's shifty. He's strong. Uses his hands, his offhand, tremendously in a stiff arm, and knocking hands away from him. And say he's a dude. And I knew it wasn't going to be easy. I knew that we had a good chance to win, but I knew it wasn't going to be easy. And the kids we had played. That's all we can ask them to do.
Yeah, to shuffle in, like you say, with the injury situations that you guys have, having to shuffle in so many different players in the different positions, maybe changing guys around to what they're used to and compared to where they played maybe earlier this year. Have they stepped up in those roles pretty good from what you've seen, like in practice, and just accepting what needs to be done in order to get the job done for the Nuggets?
Well, we did enough tonight. We did enough tonight to get a win. We're going to have to play better at the defensive end spots. Just got to be more disciplined. We know what to do. We can do it. It's just when you get fatigued a little bit, it's hard to stay focused and stay mentally sharp. And when you're physically fatigued, things go south a little bit, and it's just the little things that can happen too. And it only takes one play, and it can be a big one, and it can give up a score or what have you. So we just got to get better all the way around. Kylan Lowe played great tonight on the defensive side of the ball. Got a ton of reps tonight. He played a lot last week up in Warroad, most of the second half. And did a really nice job and made some big hits and big tackles and was in on a sack. So he's really making some big strides as a sophomore. And I'm happy with that. And, Jackson Skank is playing two different new positions this week, played some tight end. Mark Schauer playing tight end and filling in. He had to play quarterback when Noah went out. So yeah, kids are stepping up. They're getting opportunities, and they're doing the best that they can, and that's all we can ask.
Absolutely. Yeah, you lead into the playoff situation, and now it's just kind of sit back and wait, see how the seedings all come forth, whether you're on the road, whether you host, whether you're playing Frazee or Warroad or whoever it might be. really it doesn't matter. You just need to go out there and you need to win, and that's what it comes down to. But for you guys, what are the things you look at now as far as other focuses? Anything that you really work on as a team moving forward now in practice to get set?
You know what? Right now it's fast and furious. If you're playing the section championship game, you play 4 games in 16 days, and that doesn't give you much time in between. What we do over MEA is we give them time off. They need a break from us. We appreciate some family time and away time as well. And it's just we come back, and that first game, you know, it doesn't matter if you're a 1-8, 4-5, whatever. You don't have a lot of prep. You just got to go play and hope for the best and get things taken care of. You can't lose to anybody in advance. So we're going to go wherever we have to go. We're going to go, and our kids are going to play their tails off. And we had a wake-up call, a very rude wake-up call last week up in Warroad. And if that's where we go, our kids are going to be very focused on getting back and avenging that loss.
And probably for especially your team, and any team, I guess. I mean, you get through the regular season, but in particular you guys with the injury situations and everything else, need time to just rest up those guys and give them an opportunity to hopefully get back, especially the ones that are banged up for you right now.
Yeah, that's exactly what we do. There's going to be several of them in talking to Greg Martadam, our trainer, tonight, and making sure that they're on top of what their rehab and treatments need to be over this long weekend. And I know he's looking at Noah Nelson's knee right now and getting that checked out. There's more than that. We got a lot more kids banged up than just Noah tonight, so we'll see where we're at. And then it doesn't matter who we got. We're going to get them out on the field ready to go and play football.
Sounds good. As always, appreciate the time here, Coach, and best of luck with you guys. And just enjoy the break first off, and then good luck in the playoff preps. And Tuesday night, let's get ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, I just looked at the screen here and saw the final score. I didn't even know what the final score was. They turned the clock off so fast over here. But, I need to take my hat off to you and Coach Stoa for the work that you guys do in your live event and the coverage. And the coverage these kids get, it's amazing. Appreciate it very much what you and the boys up in the northwest of here do for us. And it's this is a super gift for grandparents, for my mom, my brother. My family members get to watch their nephew Noah play. This is the only good thing to come out of COVID.
Yeah,
exactly. This is the only good thing that came out of COVID. So, the other thing is my wife thinks it's good she gets to work from home.
Yeah,
but love you guys.
Thank you.
Your live event kicks it. Let's go.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Peter Natz, head coach of the Hawley Nuggets, joining us after the victory to finish off regular season play at 22-14 over Crookston here on a Wednesday night. Let's keep her right here. Let's wrap things up tonight from Dale Scholarwood Athletic Complex. Let's get into our players of the game. First off, our Enbridge Energy player of the game. Life Takes Energy. Log on to enbridge.com for career opportunities that they have available. Enbridge Energy, so a lot of players bringing some energy here tonight, and one in particular I thought that did in the first half, ended with an injury situation midway through that third quarter, but did a nice job of leading the team and really executing on the offensive side. In fact, was part of all 3 touchdowns tonight that were crucial to come away with the win for Hawley. 8 carries, 75 yards rushing, and 2 touchdowns. And 5 of 9 in the air with 45 yards and a touchdown and interception passing. Noah Nelson is going to be one of our Enbridge Energy players of the game here this evening in the victory for the Hawley Nuggets. And also on the defensive side, I thought throughout the night there was some very key points busting through that line up in that defensive tackle position that Blake Bigger did a nice job of getting some not only sacks but also forcing Coet into some very difficult situations, and their running backs here tonight. I thought he brought some very good energy defensively and fairly consistently throughout the night too. He's going to be another Enbridge Energy player of the game here tonight in the victory for Hawley 22-14. RDK Enterprises brings us our precision player of the game, and being precise from start to finish despite the loss. I tell you what, this Carter Coet for Crookston did one heck of a job as a senior leader on this team to try and get his team back into it. Did a very nice job of leading him right back into the pack all the way to the end, but just coming up a little bit short by a touchdown here this evening, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. But 20 carries, 63 yards on the ground, and a touchdown. And in the air, he was 6 of 13 for 127 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions that he threw here this evening. So between the two, a total offense for Carter Coet, 180, make it 190 yards of offense for him, both passing and rushing here tonight. So he is a Enbridge Energy Precision Player of the Game, coming from the Crookston Pirates in the loss tonight. Again, Pirates end their regular season 0-8. The Nuggets end their regular season 3-5. Seedings will be coming out here in the next few days. You can stay tuned to that with R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, 106.5 FM and 101.5 FM. As far as the radio dials, they'll keep you dialed in and informed on their website, too, at rjbroadcasting.com. You can log on to there, and they'll keep you updated on all of the area local teams and playoffs and all that good stuff that is coming up. So if you want to see where those seedings are, make sure you're tuning in. That'll do it for our coverage here tonight and possibly for the remainder of the football season, unless the Nuggets do hop up to that 4 spot. Chances probably aren't the greatest, but there is an opportunity still there, just depending how things ended up here tonight. If that is the case, we'll have some Your Live event coverage on Tuesday evening. If not, that will do it for our football broadcast here this year on yourliveevent.com. So we thank you for tuning in to our coverage. We truly appreciate it wherever you might be, whether it's on the other side of the world or just on the other side of the country or just on the other side of the parking lot. We appreciate it here tonight in our coverage for yourliveevent.com. Also, thanks to Nathan Stoa and Ben Grunke, part of our broadcast team here tonight. Nathan doing the color commentary throughout the season, and Ben, a freshman at Hawley High School, with the videography on yourliveevent.com throughout this season as well. We appreciate his works tonight, too. And, of course, it wouldn't be possible without the sponsors that you've seen throughout the broadcast, scrolling through the screen, and also during our commercial breaks. They are the ones that truly make it possible for you to catch these games free of charge online during the home games at Hawley Nugget Athletics. We ask that you patronize them at the very least. Tell them thank you for helping make Hawley Nugget Athletics possible. Signing off from Dale Scholarwood Athletic Complex. One final time here this evening for regular season football. I'm Kurt Fillion. Have a great night, everyone.